Wow. Yeah. We back up in here like we never left. Cooking up in the lab. Make a dome your home. That's what the big timer said. Coming to you from the DFW. It's the good homies. Me, myself, you know who it is. It's the blackest one of them all, Black Rod. To my right, I got everybody's favorite country cousin. It's the good homie Mario.
Look our world.
To his right, I got my A1, number one crash out. My favorite YN. It's the good homie Quan.
Wow.
To his right, I got from Lauren, aka Fidel Castro, aka Phil Cosby. It's good homie Phil.
What's happening, homies?
You like that dramatic effect I just did right there? Let's get to it, man. It's Father's Day weekend.
Yes, sir.
Let's celebrate. Let's all the guys. Let's celebrate ourselves, fellas.
Yeah.
This weekend's for us, not just today. The whole weekend.
Yeah, I don't care if you got to go get that fishing pole. Your own damn self. Go get it.
Because you ain't getting nothing else for Father's Day. So
celebrate. Yeah,
don't get left out, man. Trying to be humble.
So celebrate yourself, fellas. This that time.
Right.
And don't cook.
No, you might not eat.
Oh, no.
You don't cook, you don't eat, man.
No, it's Father's Day. Let somebody else cook.
It depends, man. It depends, nah.
Even if they don't cook in the house, go somewhere, let somebody else cook for you. But you don't cook.
Straight up.
Yeah. So y'all got plans for Father's Day? Because for me this weekend, I'm going to be going back home to East Texas. We having our family reunion Saturday. We usually linger around Sunday and do, little Father's Day thing. Sometimes it fall on Juneteenth too. That's another thing, coming up as well. But so yeah, we'll have our reunion every year for Father's Day weekend. And
that's cool.
Yeah, that's what I'll be doing. So for the most part, like you say, don't cook. I'll probably be cooking anyway, because that's what we're gonna be doing for the family and shit. So
for this year, 2025, dads are not cooking no more.
Real shit.
This nigga don't even know how to cook.
Put the aprons up. Don't put the tongs away.
yeah.
Put the barbecue grill away. Well, let somebody gonna cook for you. Let somebody cook for you. Enjoy your day, because you ain't gonna get no pair of socks and some drawers.
Yeah, man. Ooh, I'm sure hoping, like I mentioned that fishing rod too.
Okay.
I'm sure hoping I get something nice for Father's Day this year too, man. So
Have you put it in the atmosphere though?
oh yeah, it's out there.
Oh, okay.
I done talked about it around folks and let them know what's going on.
Why y'all think Father's Day is the way that it is? As far as why is it not as celebrated as Mother's Day?
Society.
Yeah, society and mothers.
Okay, but why?
I think mothers or single mothers be putting out a type of, narrative about fathers that gets heard the most. The shitty dad narrative is heard more than the good dad narrative, and I think that kind of plays into us not being really celebrated like we should be.
But to add to that, it's the part of the whole carrying for 9 months, pushing a live being out your body.
Nigga, we carried for however many years.
Yeah, no, I'm saying though. I'm just saying to the fact of the woman's point of view. It seems to hold a little more weight than just us just putting the seed in there.
Yeah, I think I got a slightly different perspective, but my perspective is based in just just how society view men anyway. Like we are not really supposed to have emotions or be whatever. It's like be celebrated, blah blah blah. Hell, even on your birthday. Like I think I was telling somebody the other day, like I don't even like trying to celebrate my birthday because it's just too much work you got as a man. Too much work you got to do for your fucking self.
Okay.
To celebrate your birthday. It's like if you want to do like a gathering or something. So, let's just go to dinner because Nah, not happening.
And I was gonna say too, to piggyback, as a man, we don't look for those things. Like for I can speak for me, just a happy Father's Day, and you mean it.
Yeah.
You know that holds a lot of weight. You don't have to buy me anything. Just tell me I'm a good dad, or you appreciate the things that I do for you in your life. I'm good. I don't need no fancy dinner somewhere. I don't need no diamonds from K's and.
Yeah, nah, me either.
Tiffany's
Like I said, I want that fishing pole this year, but yeah, I'm pretty much the same way. Just a nice, moment, a nice little moment with the kids on Father's Day. That's usually enough for me because, like I say, we really most years we're away from home and pretty busy. So, just a nice, sometimes it was last year. I got a T-shirt with my, it's like a hand reaching out with my kids' names on it and stuff. That
Still got it?
Yeah, I still got it. I wore it probably like a month ago. So,
Still fit?
Yeah.
And then 3 out of the 4 of us sitting here are real dads, real men.
Man, don't paint that false narrative, bro, because I know where you're going with it. You gave me a look right before you did it,
You don't know where I'm going. And then like the people that's watching this, it's for. I didn't say no names. So
Yeah,
I don't know why your guilty conscience is just screaming out, brother. Can I finish my statement, please?
Yeah, you can finish your statement.
Made me forget where I was going, man.
But
that mean you ain't mean
as a father, we don't look for stuff. That's the main point.
Now, speak for yourself, because I look for everything.
you look
I
for
want
it?
to be spoiled, nigga.
Okay.
Yeah.
But does your kids know that though? Like celebrate me.
I want to be spoiled by whoever I'm talking to at the time.
But your
Because
kids
what's
though?
9 months to 28 years? I've been carrying babies for 28 years, dog. I deserve that.
This nigga's wild.
Hey, dog. I fuck with it.
How old are your babies?
My baby is 7 and then 3.
Okay.
My daughter 7, then my son 3.
Okay. So have you told them like, hey, I want a finger painting?
He don't want no finger painting.
Well, I
that nigga
don't
wants
want
some
no
Jordans,
finger painting.
dog.
Yeah, dog.
These
Whatever.
niggas ain't got no
Shit that
job.
I'm
Nah,
aware, bro.
that's why he said whatever girl he talking
Yeah, he
to, they gotta
be
come
celebrated
through.
by his girl. The kids ain't old enough yet
Yeah.
to
Yeah, man.
just,
They can draw a picture though.
Now my daughter
Yeah.
can come with it. She be like drawing pictures, you know, put it
Yeah,
on the refrigerator.
for him to ball up and throw and shoot in the trash like Kobe.
Nah, I ain't gonna shoot that shit in the trash, dog.
Not yet.
Anything my sons made me, I still have. Like this faded and torn and stuff. I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. Me too.
This nigga weak as hell. He a good dad. All right, my
Damn.
bad.
Oh, Saquon, his kid's gonna buy him some bullets. You want some bullets? Buy me some bullets for
J's
Father's
and
Day.
bullets. J's and 223s, 23s and 223s.
Just so he can miss.
Hey, bro, that's crazy work. I don't even own a gun, bro.
That's funny as hell. But speaking of this weekend, we got y'all's president rolling out his massive military. What is it called?
He just doing the
military
military.
parade.
Military parade.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. How y'all feel about that?
And I think with what's going on in the country right now, I think that is part of like it's some kind of, I think it's celebrating them in a way. It looks weird that he like celebrating them because he got them out here doing nasty work.
Oh, wait, who celebrating who?
The military.
He not celebrating no military.
He not. It's a.
No,
It's called a military
Yeah,
parade.
it's called a military
That's what he
parade,
from.
but this is on his birthday, and it's not about the military.
Oh, okay.
This is about him and his ego. You only see stuff like this happen in countries where they have dictators. This is not about the military.
Oh, okay.
Because I got a big.
Because
ego.
I felt like there was some shit damn near to say like, thank y'all for doing that bullshit y'all did for me
that's what
over
they got.
there in
That's what
California.
no, sir. They got Veterans Day for things like that. This is strictly about his ego, and let's not get that confused anywhere. Because some people, like we have a chance to mess around and stir people in the right direction when they listen to this, and there's be a lot of people confused out here. A lot of people not knowing nothing about shit, and just feel like they can be okay with some of the stuff that homeboy do. Ain't nothing that he's doing a-okay at all.
Right.
And if you kind of had a chance to kind of slide before and think that like, okay, I can kind of stay neutral in the situation or act like I don't care about this, we are past that point. Like you cannot afford to not care about nothing that's going on right now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you might be looking at the ice raids that happen somewhere else and be like, okay, well, that's not impacting my community or whatever. But if you like slowly but surely, if you see them infringing upon their rights, yours are next.
Or yours come.
Facts.
So we are not in a place to where we can sit up here and continue to play ignorant or stupid, or act like we support anything that homeboy do, or that we can support anybody that supports homeboy. And that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
Gotta start holding people accountable, bro.
Yeah, do y'all feel like as black people? I know that it's the Hispanic community really is being hit hard right now. You know what I'm saying? I do think as black people, I'm not a protester or whatever. You know, I'm not here saying that I'm a protest, but you know, as far as love and support for the people that's going through the bullshit right now. Like, they do need, you know, support and goodwill wished upon them because, like, this man is really going after, you know, a group of people while treating another group of people like angels, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's some shit that they really putting right in our face, you know, been there the whole time, really, before he was even put in office again. I don't know how that happened, but...
But let me say this before I get to that. With this whole little military parade, the guy, I think, is like 50 million. How much? I forgot the number. It's a crazy number, but it just seemed like to me that like all this money that they was doing with Doge, and saving money, you wasting it showing off, your guns. Who got the biggest gun?
Yeah.
All right, but so let's draw it back into what you were saying. I got a question. Okay. Protests started in L.A. Mm-hmm. I think today is the 6th day.
And they spread out nationwide.
Now it's nationwide. Now it's in pretty much in every major city. Do you agree with the protests?
Yes.
I do.
Absolutely.
Yes. I agree with the protest.
Do you agree on how it's done?
Absolutely.
Yes.
It should be way more violent.
Oh, yeah. Now, if we're going that route, yeah, because they were... you know, attempting to peacefully protest until somebody decided to stir it up.
Yeah. I think, you're going to have to, one way or another, you're going to have to be heard.
And let me be clear, because I said somebody.
Okay.
And from what was stated by the governor of California and also by the Los Angeles Police Department, who put out a statement, that the people who were there, they were assembled and they were peacefully protesting. It wasn't until homeboy decided to send in the National Guard and try to stir up some more. Homeboy, the president, y'all president.
Yeah.
Homeboy president.
Decided to stir up some more stuff there and kind of paint this narrative that like L.A. was under fire, was in hell and whatever, and it's simply not true. The same way that he spread those false lies about there being a genocide in
South Africa,
the same way he's doing about this. He will lie to his followers and they will choose to believe him. And we just don't have space to rock with people like that no more.
Yeah, it's time out for that shit. Because that's really just using an excuse for hate at this point. You just using an excuse or somebody to hide behind so you can practice hate. Because that's the only thing this man moving on is hate and ego.
And there's a lot of other people that's riding the boat because they don't want to rock the boat.
Yeah.
Because they know how shit gonna go left for them. Like old buddy that got suspended from ABC.
I think he lost his job, by the way.
Oh, they lost it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because he pushed back. And even I remember him interviewing homeboy president when he first got in and he was giving him pushback. And they had already put spotlight on him. But I give kudos to old boy for speaking up and saying what he had to say. Now, the thing I have to say about the whole protest thing is, if you're going to do what you're going to do, don't do that shit in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Take that shit across shit across the tracks.
Yeah, I get that.
And if you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I definitely understand.
Why destroy your own
Go
shit?
do it to his people, not your own.
Yeah, don't just, I mean, I understand you're gonna move where you familiar with.
Yeah.
I understand that. But if you're gonna start tearing up shit, don't tear your own stuff up because you inflicting hurt on your own people.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's what they want anyway.
Listen, when it comes to protests, if you haven't learned or we haven't learned anything from the January 6 people, like you need to go to a federal building and not to tear it up, but to go protest. And now, but if they attempt to put their hands on you or cause you harm when you're peacefully protesting, then you get what you get.
Right.
Because I believe it was Dr. King said that like a riot is the language of the unheard. So it's like I've been trying to tell you, like, hey, get your foot off my neck. Hey, treat me like a person. Hey, I'm human in this mug too. I'm human just like you. And you still gonna treat me as if I'm less than? When I mess around and I contribute to this country, when I pay taxes in this mug, or I help build infrastructure in this mug, and you gonna treat me like a criminal? Boy, hell no.
Right.
Boy, hell no.
And at the same time too, I've been saying this for years. Like, I understand we can do this so people can see how pissed off we are, but if you really want to get some shit moving, hit their pockets. We live in a capitalistic society, and everything moves on money.
Yeah.
Hit their pockets. I feel like if we start tapping their pockets, shit'll move a little bit faster than just hitting the street.
But in this situation, when it comes to the anti-ICE protests, anti-Trump protests, whose pockets need to be tapped? Because like now it'd be different as far as like, okay, when these companies were repealing DEI, and then you can boycott Target, and then you can see they quarterly losses.
Yeah.
So, but in a situation like this, whose pockets do you tap whenever? And if it's a government situation, they taking taxes out anyway. You can't stop paying taxes because they tax your income, they tax everything, sales tax. They collect taxes in so many different ways. So, what is the way to where like you can tap the government's pockets? Like you really can't.
You can't.
That's true.
You can't. Like somebody like Trump get in office is only you can only do so much. Like he has the power to will hate on whoever he want to do it to, and as far as I'm concerned, that's what he getting off. He making good on the promises he made to his constituents, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
now the closest thing I can say to that field is just, okay, we can say, hey, we anti-ICE, we anti all this immigration new law shit. So we gonna say this company, we not gonna like the ones that's really running the stock markets, the ones that like are backed by BlackRock, big companies like Apple. Like we're gonna say, hey, we're not gonna buy any more of these products, and we can just start there with something small and see what happens. Now,
until they tell them that until they say something.
I understand the government is the government, but if we can just say, hey, we know where the bread and butter is as far as with stocks and how the market works, let's get at these particular companies and see what happens.
That's a start.
I would say yes, but I mean, stop. Maybe I would say stop spending with people, but mostly just like I would say get some shit together and start putting our money in one place. Really, more so than like the boycotting and all that. You just gonna have to keep finding people to boycott. But it's time for people to put some shit together, and to the point where you ain't got to do that no more.
Or just keep the money in your neighborhood. Stop spending with others and just keep the money in your neighborhood. Even though it's going to go back to whoever it's going to go to and it's going to get taxed, at least you spending with your own first before the others.
Yeah.
Like I think there's a way that we can do this and make it potentially work. And like I say, money is the motivation for this country.
Yeah. That's what it's all about. Seems like that's what everything is all about. That's what this whole campaign is about. That's why, blind eyes and shit can get turned or whatever, because it just make me feel like the right people done got paid off, and even how the country cover this shit. News channels, how they cover this shit without trying to say what's really going on or who in the right and wrong. That shit, that's just weird to me. People are, human beings have opinions, and like ain't none of that shit being put out. And I would say even more so than ever, though. The last administration, everybody had all types of shit to say, you know, on any platform. Even during Obama's administration,
because
people,
it wasn't no
went off.
backlash.
Yeah,
It was
but
no
now
backlash. You say now if you say something about Buddy,
he wielding power to get your ass fired, canceled, all types of shit. So
In this particular country, growing up here, they actually tried to make you believe, or they had a kind of a different mind frame. And for the most part, I do believe people still stand by what I'm about to read to y'all in just a minute. But it wasn't until a certain somebody and his supporters, you know, well, him getting in office and them feeling emboldened to act the way that they act, you know, and believe some of the stuff that they believe and spew out some of the stuff that they spew. And then you got other people who just for a lack of a better term or something fly to say, just don't know shit, dog.
yeah,
So check this out. Y'all know the Statue of Liberty was a gift to the United States. And there's an inscription on the Statue of Liberty, but I have it, you know, I have it kind of in modern day terms, so I want to read y'all this, okay? Bring me the people who are tired and struggling, the ones who want a chance to live freely. Those who have been rejected or cast aside by their own countries, send them to me. The ones with no home, tossed around by hard times, I hold a light at the door to a better future, welcoming them in. That's what the United States was built on, and that is on the Statue of Liberty, Lady Liberty.
yeah.
When I was growing up, they used to talk about this country being a melting pot because you have all these various different people from different places coming here to make the United States of America what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have this president in office who wants to take it to a nasty place. And that's why I was saying earlier that where if you look at what's on the Statue of Liberty, matter of fact, listen, the Pledge of Allegiance goes, well, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, with liberty
and justice
and justice for all. So with this Pledge of Allegiance, it's like we don't even hold true to the Constitution with this president, to the Pledge of Allegiance, or to what the Statue of Liberty is saying as far as, because like we are a country, a nation of immigrants.
Yeah. Just everything is all out of whack.
And there's people out there that grew up in the United States, did your K through 12 education, and apparently slept through your U.S. history class, probably flunked it, failed it, cheated or whatever, or you just don't necessarily have the mind or the heart to look at the person next to you and understand that that's a human just like you.
that's the part. That's the part.
It was one thing for you to be like, okay, I'm going to get rid of the criminals. All right, cool, buddy. Whatever. But for you to mess around and try to go after hardworking citizens that ain't never did nothing, that's been here for
Yeah.
5,
Legally.
10, 15, 20 years. Hell, even if it wasn't legally, like if they wasn't causing you know problems in this country and they was just doing their under the table work, helping this country go, why go after them?
Yeah.
And so when you do things of that nature, and let me speak to just his supporters is like, y'all foul as hell. I look at y'all the same way that I look at him, like a piece of fucking shit.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, like you say, legally, illegally, they just doing everything they can to just shit on a group of people. They have zeroed in on a group of people. You know, they talking about genocide and shit like that in South Africa. But what you doing right here in America is like the cousin. You know what I'm saying? Like what you doing to these people right now in America, that shit is the cousin of genocide. How you know, just turn their families apart and all this shit.
But we living in a time right now. There's no more legally. As far as like what's written on paper, what's in the Constitution, whatever law we have, it's whatever homeboy prayers decides it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna be. And the thing is, we have to start pushing back. There's no pushback from us.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as there's no pushback from us, because the government is supposed to be for us, he gonna keep doing what he doing.
And I think that's why we need to start, like, we just got to start calling out the supporters of the bullshit.
Yeah.
Because he is who he is. He going to be who he is. Man, 78 years old, man. He ain't going to be with us too much longer.
He ain't changing no time soon.
So, but for the people who think that shit that he does is A-okay, man, like, dog.
Yeah, you just finding excuses.
Yeah, dog, like, now I have no problems with anybody being conservative or Republican. That's cool. But to support that piece of shit,
yeah,
boy,
that's crazy.
Fuck out of here.
But the thing about it now, in today's times, like how it's different because how we grew up, we were raised to be leaders.
Mm-hmm.
Now everything is follower. Like to be a leader, to be a leader is too hard for most. So for the sum of us and anybody listening, because you're different, it's time for us to step up.
Yeah.
And take those reins and push whatever we need to push forward to.
And whenever you in any type of circle, you know, depending on, regardless of who you around, when the bullshit come up and it smell like bullshit, tell somebody it stink. You know what I'm saying? That for me, that's the start. Really is just man to man, person to person. You know, when you get into these type of conversations.
But we in a time right now, like you can say, oh, if you want to say, oh, your shit stink. Oh, well, you need to get away from my shit. You need to go somewhere else. And nobody wants to do that.
Yeah.
To the independents, Green Party, DNC, it's like, to the heads of those organizations, like, you have to do a much better job of galvanizing the voting public. Something has to be done in government, and it might, be this term here, that puts a fire under people's ass to show up to go vote in their local elections, midterms, like, because we can't have things of this nature happening in this country, treating people as if they are not people because of the color of their skin and where they from. And then, like, you might be able to try to get away with that stuff if you did not say, hey, there's a genocide in Africa, so we're going to let these Afrikaners into this country. Like, we can clearly see that you are letting the fair-skinned white people into this country while kicking brown people out this mother.
And he keeps saying white, too. He keeps saying white, too.
And that is a no-go. So
he's making sure you know he who he want over this mother. He said out his mouth.
He's only placating to the ones that, I mean, he know how he got back in office.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the brainwashing of the Latino groups put him over the top, which is crazy as fuck. Yeah. Fuck to me. Like,
never understood that.
Like, Latinos for Trump shouldn't even be a fucking real
How
thing.
did that happen? And
now they backpedaling. The one of the main ladies is backpedaling. I didn't think, man, like, listen, dog, I wish.
Nigga, whole campaign was talking about a wall and they gonna build it. Just some disrespectful ass shit the whole time, you know, but somehow he was able to galvanize a whole group of people to vote for him. Yeah. Then, you know, they tricked some folks off of Kamala too, though.
Yeah, they did, and it came from all angles. It came from the Democratic base. It came from men, from women, for whatever. I heard people people said all kind of things. Like, it's women that don't even like supporting women.
That wasn't the Kanye year, was it?
What?
Kanye was the last
for president shit.
Nah, Kanye was the first term, wasn't it?
Nah, this time they just did a terrible job because y'all probably kept President Biden's cancer diagnosis under wraps because it's stage 4, whatever it is now. You knew you should have messed around and probably got stuff up, and they, even though she was obviously the better candidate, they just fumbled the bag all the way around. You gave her a short runway, but it almost make it feel like it's an inside job from the top from both parties or whatever, because if you know Buddy got whatever going on, it's like you don't miss that with the president. I can understand the everyday citizen might miss that because they might be like, man, I'm not going to no doctor, blah, blah, blah. But you don't miss that with the president.
No.
So y'all purposely withheld information and just kept it pushing. And you just put us in a situation, or you put
Kamala. You put is it Kamala?
Kamala. You put Miss Harris in a terrible situation, which hell she almost came out of. But it's a fact that, like, she's a woman and she's minority. they not voting for that.
Yeah, especially not in 3 months. You know.
So this next ticket, whenever the next election is, there'll probably be like they propping up the governor of California, Newsom, and he probably have, I don't know, Beto as his vice president, and maybe they can get some things shaken, or at least get it back to what we consider to be the status quo. And then once it gets back to a status quo, then we can do our work on the everyday person-to-person level to get our lives in this country to where it's in a beautiful place for all people and not just those people.
Yeah. And a lot of those people, they shit ain't just beautiful. They just like to ride the waves, like being a fan and just like a diehard fan for some shit. But most of the supporters, they ain't out here living all green, you know. And they just going with the bad decision they made and just riding along with that shit.
And they going with the bad decisions because people got away from not thinking of you shouldn't idolize people. And this man has been idolized. He's an idol to millions of people.
Yeah.
MK Ultra.
Damn sure. And
they pull something off.
And then we definitely dealing with a whole bunch of NPCs too. So it's all in the programming of the Matrix.
Yeah.
But come on, y'all. If y'all want some shit to change, we got to do better. We definitely have to do better, man.
Yeah.
All right. Enough of European news. BET Awards.
Okay.
A-OK.
It actually wasn't that bad. It's been a minute since I tuned in with the BET Awards, but
I don't think as far as I can remember, the BET Awards haven't been this good since Johnson, since the owner still had BET.
Yeah.
Because once he sold that shit to Viacom, it just went to shit. But
it was a wrap.
But this was a damn good BET. From what I've seen, I ain't even seen all of it.
It was long.
What was
It
your favorite
good.
performance?
All of it.
All of it?
Yeah, the whole show was good.
Yeah, the whole show was good. My shit, that Playboy Cardi went off to me though.
that nigga been saying Playboy Cardi for 2 days,
that nigga
2, 3
Playboy
days.
Cardi went off in that bitch, dog.
But yeah, it's just like I was telling the fellas earlier. I like the fact that they geared it towards I would say they made the age group for us that really brought BET into reverence.
Made BET
for like,
BET.
Yeah,
for real.
For like the 35 to 50-ish.
We champion BET.
Like, so they made this one for us.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like it was good all the way around, but with that and them bringing back like old shows like 106 in Park.
Yeah.
That was
that was the shit.
That was
major.
Yeah.
Even the Kurt Franklin tribute, because Kurt Franklin is a big issue when it comes to BET, for real.
Yeah.
Like if you was watching BET back then, man, Kurt Franklin went on a run.
You knew Kurt Franklin for gospel and being in the hip hop.
Yeah. Like he was around.
Yeah.
You know, so Kurt Franklin, you know, got hits for real, especially in the black community and shit. Kurt Franklin, I would say, is it gospel? It's a hip hop gospel infusion, right?
He was a
or it's R&B. I would say hip hop gospel.
He was DJ Khaled before DJ Khaled.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you ready for a revolution?
Yeah. Had some jams though. Was doing a good job. I just made songs that was easy to listen to, and that's still a lot of that stuff did get played a lot on BET. So
it was really nostalgic to hear that, because that was like the stuff that growing up when I was really young, that's what my mom used to listen to all the time. Kirk Franklin and BB and CeCe Winans and Yolanda Adams.
Because it was gospel music, but it was different. It was a gospel music for that time.
Yeah, that time. Like talented singers and songwriters too in gospel music. Yolanda Adams is a great voice, like an all-time great voice. So, they was really doing some shit back then that was, they was serious about that stuff for real. Mary, they was making really good songs.
Yeah, and Kirk Franklin got up there with his little old tight clothes on, dancing and
Like
twerking
always.
and whatnot.
And it was funny.
Twerking
That,
is
it was
crazy.
funny that Kevin
He twerked.
It was funny
He
that
didn't exaggerate.
Kevin Hart had put that out there before he even came out. Like, you know, you can't be out here doing all that thrusting and stuff. But yeah, you know, that's what he do.
Yeah. But now the Snoop Dogg performance, that was good.
It was.
When Corrupt came out, when they did Ain't No Fun. When they did It Ain't No Fun and Corrupt came out, that shit, that was a moment for me right there.
And they had Nate Dogg in the back.
Yep, they had Nate Dogg on the screen.
Yeah.
Had Corrupt come out first, did his verse, and then Warren G.
And I'm mad that a lot of people there didn't. I don't know if they didn't recognize him or know who he was. I'm like, y'all don't know who Warren G is.
No.
If you don't know who Warren G is, go back to his first couple albums. And he really helped us.
Definitely no regulator.
He really helped the sound for that area at that time.
Yeah.
You know, everybody look at Dre to be that guy. He was one of those ones too.
Warren G and DJ Quick probably just as important as far as LA sound goes. You know, like who, you know, helped curate the LA sound.
Right.
Warren G and DJ Quick, they really important when it comes to that.
But I like the fact too that they infused our generation with the younger generation. So you had Castanet
Yeah.
and Drewski.
Yeah.
You know, they was there, and
Kevin Hart.
yeah, well, you know,
Yeah, they was doing like this whole streaming thing, though. They
That's the
definitely
time we
was
in right
introducing the streaming era to maybe people who
Not in tune with it.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah.
Boy, you about slow as hell.
What you talking about?
I'm talking to the microphone, but you about slow as hell.
What you talking about?
Nah, come on, man. Just
you know what it is. I got that drink in my cup. I got that drink in my cup.
niggas was talking about streamers and getting a young. That nigga said Kevin Hart. Like, nigga, what? Niggas talking about Castanet and Drewski.
Yeah.
Niggas that one nigga that do skits.
I mean, them
and
niggas
those
be doing streams together though. All three of them together.
Yeah,
They do.
Kevin Hart.
They be
did.
doing a 24-hour stream. And
Now
shit
them
like
boys
that.
funny together. They
They
need
are.
to do a movie together.
They should.
He need to be the uncle. They need to be the nephews, and like it need to be like they need to call that shit Saturday or something.
That shit just gonna be just as bad as that movie that just came out.
Hey, no, hell no. We gonna get to that in a minute.
Hell
Castanet
no, don't like.
got so many.
It's gonna be bad, bro.
Castanet
Yeah,
got
I
so
don't
many
think Drew. I don't want to
followers.
see Drew
Hold on, wait, time out.
Castanet at.
Hold on, wait. So we got Kevin Drewski. I think he can act. I don't know about Castanet though.
He can't.
No,
But they annoy me. Drewski, like when that was funny, like some stuff be funny, but they kind of annoy me to the point where it's not everything is not always funny with them. But maybe I'm just, you know, an old nigga though.
bitch ass cup out my way, nigga. If I smack shit out.
I think Drewski is good with skits.
Hey,
I don't
man.
think he'll be a good actor.
God damn, bro. Let that shit go.
Oh my bad.
I mean, with that whole acting thing, it comes with time because just like motherfucking me, Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
When he came out as a comedian, I mean, if you were seeing him as raw as he was as a comedian, you'd be like, ain't no way in hell he can be an actor.
Hell, time out, man. Fuck that. Y'all see this? I asked this nigga how he was gonna be sitting so I could set this boom mic up just right for him to keep on grabbing his microphone and making all this noise.
Hey,
The boy about slow.
the drink got him doing a cha-cha slide over there. Can't you tell?
The boy special,
Hey, I
America.
really just woke up, y'all, so bear with me. I was asleep for a little bit, but
then,
I'm up now.
And then you know, since he I don't call that nigga YN. That nigga 28.
I ain't know why I am, bro. I'm old as hell.
Nigga about to be
nigga.
in fact, nigga about to be 29. Up.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
So anyway, but like,
He's
damn,
a YM, a young millennium.
nah, man, he just
Damn, I thought you was gonna say young male.
this nigga's a YU. This is a boy is a young young man.
I'll take that.
Just
A young that's crazy.
I gotta go
I'll take that.
I got on the break. I gotta
He
go
raised
reset
the
this.
YNs.
I gotta go reset Buddy microphone just
Nah,
for
the
him to sit a different way.
The microphone good. They know what's going on.
Stop
man.
grabbing that mug.
I was gonna say some shit, but
these niggas
that wouldn't
ain't-
have sounded right.
And just put your mouth on it.
Nah, bro.
Everybody else-
That's why
everybody
I ain't gonna say what I was gonna say.
Everybody else in this mug good to go, but your ass aside to all right, man. I set everybody up.
Bro, bear with me. I told y'all I was Yeah.
Dropped on your head as a child.
But-
And you from Louisiana. No disrespect, Rod.
Rod, you gonna take that, bro?
Yeah,
Hey, Louisiana niggas mad different though.
It's a different breed.
Like, you know, I think
Yeah, like
about,
we way smarter than the rest of the world, and it's crazy. Y'all just catching on.
nobody said that
Like,
ever in the history of the world.
down there, you know, Rod.
I know,
Like
I
we
know.
a different breed, bro. Like
Yes.
they don't come as smart as us.
Yes.
You know.
Different breed for sure.
Y'all got some mean ass gas station food.
The best.
The best, nigga.
The best.
Fuck around, get a whole seafood boil at the gas station.
Look,
For $8.99.
Look, my fellow Texas
with
boy.
everything.
Yeah, that's about
Just
all I
always
can
been
give you
kind.
though. Y'all
Always
got
been-
some.
They don't need nothing kind. We
That's about all I got.
It's time to team up.
Wait,
Texas
no,
versus
no.
Louisiana.
Not Mario that like fishing, nigga. Where you gonna go come down?
And
Oh,
our
nah,
liquor-
I'm
and the liquor
part
stores stay
like
open.
I can't go in on Louisiana. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, come on.
I'm a
over.
Texas guy, but I did spend time in Louisiana, and
So you know what's going on,
at
man.
I know what's going
Phil
on
hate
in
every
Louisiana,
moment of this shit.
dog. I had some days over there.
Look at Phil.
Hey, and our liquor
Phil
stores stay
feeling
open,
lonely.
nigga.
Revis Island.
Ain't no 9 o'clock.
But yeah, but
yeah.
saying
Can't
y'all,
never count on Mario to team up on shit.
nah.
We trying to make this shit engaging and entertaining. Like, nah, Louisiana, cool, nigga.
Yeah, man.
Nah, fuck out of here. Go ahead. Y'all go ahead.
I got
BET
you.
Awards.
I got you, cuz I don't fish, but I'm gonna take you fishing one day.
Nah,
guess I'm-
man,
it's-
I don't need
it's
you
a-
to take me.
Fuck,
fishing.
we gonna go alligator hunting.
No, you don't know where they at.
Catch some crawfish. Oh shit, alligators is everywhere, nigga. It don't matter where you go. Don't matter where you go. Any hole they got water in it.
Yeah, ain't no ducking and dodging.
But yeah, back to the BET Wars though. Jamie Foxx. Did y'all see his
Very special
Yeah.
tribute.
his tribute and
Much deserved.
his speech?
Very well deserved.
Yeah.
Jamie
Yeah.
Foxx definitely one of them ones.
Definitely. He
From Texas.
I put yes.
Tyler.
One of the best to do
Terrell.
it.
Terrell, Texas.
But
my
it,
bad.
it don't matter because like when we could have had our little Texas versus Louisiana shit, that nigga picked a different side. So don't even worry about it. Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? We will do that. It just be 3 versus 1 like it always is. Yeah,
Oh,
man.
man.
Texas boys representing, man. Good old Eric Bishop out of Terrell, Texas.
That's funny.
Yeah,
I believe that tribute was very good, very well deserved, as we just stated. Jamie Foxx is one of those other people that's I put him at the level of a Will Smith and a Martin Lawrence and a Michael Jackson or Michael Jordan, as far as like what it meant to be a young black boy growing up in the 90s, 2000s or whatever, and somebody that was somebody that you can watch and see and be like, oh, I want to aspire to do this. I want to aspire to do that. And especially with me being from East Texas, from Longview or whatever, and then him being from Terrell, Texas, like that's amazing to me because Terrell is right outside of Dallas, but it's a small place. All they got is like the outlet over there, and now Buc-ee's, a Starbucks, and some other shit they put over there because they built their Buc-ee's over there. But like knowing that like you can reach like heights, you can win Oscars or whatever, and be a black man from a small town in Texas.
Right.
That's
Means
special
something.
to me.
And he actually might be high on that list of the names you listed because the guy can act his ass off. He can sing,
Play instrument.
and he's funny as shit. Like he's multifaceted. So like he might, to me,
Yeah.
he's over like the Will Smiths.
yeah. I would ask, is Will Smith's rap career better or Jamie's R&B career?
Jamie's
Jamie's
R&B
R&B career.
Hands
Oh yeah,
down.
most
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
hands down.
Name
doubt.
3 Will Smith
Unpredictable.
songs.
Yeah,
But I
can
can't,
do it. I
but
can do
don't-
it, but
yeah,
like no,
no,
it's
yeah, I
not
can do
whatever.
it, but I don't-
Like your age showing right now.
Yeah.
Like, hey, young pup, sometimes you just need to
I ain't
just
gonna hold
relax.
you. I can't name 3 Will Smith
You
songs.
probably can't even name 3 Jamie Foxx songs, so just chill.
I might can name 3 Jamie Foxx songs.
Have you ever watched Men in Black?
Hell no.
Wow.
You ain't never seen Men in Black?
He lying.
Nah, bro,
He
ain't
lying.
nobody.
He is.
I promise you, I know what the movie is, but I never watched it.
You
Oh,
never
that's
watched the
crazy.
first
That's
one.
crazy.
The
I
very
never
first
watched no Men in Black.
Damn, that's crazy.
one. YNs, bro.
I'm a nigga that's black. That's all you need.
He said, "I am black. I don't need to be in black."
Exactly.
That's hilarious.
But you gotta think about like that movie coming out, and I think it came out the year he was born or the year after. Like that boy's a
that's
baby,
true,
man.
That's true.
Yeah.
What year you was born?
96.
Oh yeah, you different.
Yeah, they're somewhere around there.
Damn, bro, y'all making me seem like I'm young.
That boy was born in '96 and he from Louisiana.
That's almost 2000.
Hawaii, Louisiana. At
Hawaii.
that.
Yeah, Hawaii,
Hey, nigga.
Louisiana.
Like a
Hawaii, Baton Rouge.
That boy is a different type of special. But okay, Jamie Foxx, great tribute. Jennifer Hudson did her thing. Tank did his thing.
Yeah.
Who was up there first? But first, Stevie Wonder, the introduction, everything he did.
And don't let Stevie hold no goddamn award for 26 minutes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He was
as
just
hell,
sitting there holding.
Not Stevie the Wonder.
And then he made fun of him when he gave it to him. He was like, "Here, nigga."
Yeah, man, not Stevie the Wonder.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Steve. It was good to see Stevie there.
And Stevie gonna be there
putting
every
on-
time.
Yeah,
That
every
nigga,
time.
He don't have nothing else
Yeah,
to do.
he don't play about them BET awards.
You call
Hey,
me,
you know
I'm
what?
coming.
You know what, man? Fuck rambling. Like, you know what? Listen.
Ain't like he can watch TV or nothing. What else he gonna do?
Yes, he can. Listen, check this out, man. I do want to say this, and no disrespect to, fuck it, ain't disrespectful. This is just to understand it. Like, man, it felt really good as a black person.
Let's go.
Watching the BET Awards.
Let's go.
As far as, because like, the reason the BET Awards haven't been what they have been for such a long time is because some of the acts or great black people just didn't show up for it.
Didn't feel like it was important enough.
Yeah, facts. So it was beautiful to see Kevin Hart hosted and saying, who hosted that bitch like 3 years in a row? It was terrible. Like
I think it was
Taraji or some shit like that. Yeah, boo.
Yeah, that shit definitely was trash.
But to see Kevin Hart, as far as like when it comes to when it comes to being a black man comedian and star power, you couldn't have did better than getting Kevin Hart
Let's
to
go.
host it one.
Let's go.
I think it was major seeing the biggest rapper in the world, Kendrick Lamar, there.
Let's
I
go.
think it was major seeing SZA there. I think it was major seeing big ass Lizzo there. I think it was major
Lizzo
seeing.
ain't
you ain't gotta,
big.
you ain't gotta put
You ain't
all that in
gotta
front
do
of her name,
that.
man.
She done. She cut that. She
slimmed
cut
down.
that.
Once
She
a
OT Genesis.
Hey, and if we
around
being
this
honest,
one.
You
Lizzo
know
looked
what?
better when
She
she was
ain't
big.
no
Listen,
more.
listen, yeah, because she flabby now. She's still big. Listen, I don't even want to disrespect Lizzo, bro. Stop.
You
Yeah,
a
don't,
lie.
bro. Yeah, you don't.
Once.
Okay,
a big
listen,
girl.
listen, man. Stop getting me off my game, bro.
Aight.
Cause I'm trying to talk about seeing
Yeah.
Babyface there,
Let's
Jamie
go.
Foxx there.
Let's go.
Craig Robinson.
Craig Robinson there. As far as like half of Mariah Carey,
I was gonna say Mariah, a portion of her.
What you mean by half?
because she mixed.
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes. How they Sierra was there. It's like you got like just very important black people,
people.
who have reached high heights that have not turned their back or have come back to BET to like, you know what? We are something. Because like
Yeah.
most of these people, you'll see them at the Grammys,
Right.
the Oscars. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go show up and rub shoulders with the others.
Yeah.
But like when it comes to my own. So that's why I like Jamie Foxx's speech so much. It's because it's like, you know, he said, what Mario pointed out, when it comes from y'all, or
Yeah.
more, when it comes from us,
Us.
Right.
He
like,
meant us.
like put that emphasis on what it means to be recognized by your black ass peers.
Preach.
And I hope,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the day where we are out there giving an award, winning awards.
Preach.
Because, you know, to me, it's very important. Because, like, the stuff y'all heard me talking about earlier, y'all can tell that I'm very much so pro-human. And I'm also pro-black.
Yeah.
And I think you can be both. Because, like, being pro-black doesn't make me anti-white, anti-brown, anti-whatever else. But I understand that in this particular lifetime that I'm a very proud black man. I have black children.
Preach.
And I want to raise them to be proud of who they are.
Right.
And not to ever feel less than, like Philip Anderson.
Fuck. Nigga.
But yeah, and I was gonna get to that too. Like, let's put more value on our award shows and how we
Yeah.
present each other and how we uplift each other instead of getting upset when the Grammys snub us for this category or the Oscars snub us, and we know we done rolled that shit. They
Yeah.
came with these awards. These people came with these awards because they are not naturally inclined, and I'm gonna say it, you know, I can be hated for it or not. I don't care. They're not naturally inclined to have these different talents and making music and being able to do multifaceted things. So
they
they
gotta
have
put
to have
themselves in
they
the-
have to have their own awards to award themselves for just coming up to where we are
Yeah.
on a average day.
Yeah, at
So-
the end of the day, the more than likely the best artists are gonna be in the BET Awards for real.
Yeah.
You know?
So like you said, like
Hearing Mario say that funny as hell. But anyway, I
I
don't
mean,
want
you
to
ain't
fight.
not
I don't want
go
to fight.
for it.
I
No,
don't
you
wanna
don't
fight.
have to.
I don't want to
Because
fight.
we
but
got-
but, but
I
like
don't
you
wanna
but
fight.
like you said though, like Kendrick showing up, that's big because he was the biggest fucking artist
At that time.
of the year.
of now.
Yeah, now.
Because if it would have been anybody else, I ain't gonna say
That boy Quan came here for one thing and one thing only. Go ahead.
to antagonize. No,
I
but
just ain't want to disrespect Kendrick like that.
Nah,
'cause
he got one thing he want to talk about.
oh yeah, we gonna get to it.
Yeah.
We gonna get to it. I'm gonna let you be able to pull your britches down and take a big one. But hold on, give me a second. But you know,
Well, I got shoes on in my own house, nigga. I'm finna get comfortable in this bitch.
you should, brother. But
I hope my socks not ashy.
but for
the
our
camera cheap, it ain't gonna show
biggest
up.
stars to snub
nigga, hell yeah.
for our biggest stars to snub an award show like the BET Awards, it says a lot.
Yeah.
But I think this year everybody showed up, showed out. That's why it
But
was so
I do
good.
think the BET Awards did a better job than they usually do this year too.
I feel like
it was
Lil Yachty
way
in this
better
bitch.
this year.
Yeah, it was better this year, you know, and I don't know, maybe some. Yeah, I do think they got something to build off of. But I do remember watching last year and feeling like the representation looked a little weird. They was going last year. I thought they was going for a little too much. It was catered a little too much to the hip hop, the female hip hop movement,
So you do hate women.
and it made I don't like hoes.
Whoa, so all
here
female
we go.
rappers are hoes?
Here we go.
I don't like the whole. I
don't
don't
let me
like
hang
the
on.
whole image in as far as being the whole point of the BET Award, and I felt like that's what it was all about. last
About hoe
year.
image?
To be
Yeah,
successful,
it was a
you
whole
have to
lot
be
of
a
hoe
hoe.
image.
Hi, girl.
And the people I watched it with old school black people too, and they said that damn, this shit is ghetto. So yeah.
I mean, that's what's popular now, though. To be successful,
No,
you gotta
the-
have some hoe in you.
No, if you're not connected with the culture, because it could have been curated by white people, and they think that's what we are, so that's what they displayed. Because, like I said, BET
Or
is
it
not
could have been
BET no
curated
more.
by Tyler Perry.
We gonna get to
Facts.
it. We gonna get to
Facts.
it. We gonna get to it because it's cooking up. My stomach is bubbling. But yeah, man, the BET Awards was very good. What happened?
And Tyler Perry, like, he gave a nice
Oh yeah,
speech
true.
when he was talking about the footprints.
Yeah, he did.
So if we should say something that's not nice to Tyler Perry later in this broadcast, I would like to say, like, hey, I really rock with what you said about the footprints, dog. That was good.
Yeah,
I don't fuck
I
with
thought
no
he had
Tyler
a good
Perry.
speech. When Tyler Perry first got up there and I thought he was doing some pandering to black women, talking about thank you for making this trash ass movie I just did go to #1 and shit, and I thank you because you gonna make some other shit I did with some bad acting go to #1.
So let me ask you this. Do you think he pandering or did he just know his base?
Both can be true.
Yeah, I think he pandering to his base. That's what I was about to say.
Because think about any Tyler Perry movie. It might be one that he might have made for men, and there might have been one that
Alex Cross?
Idris was in.
Days Little Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Damn, that's the only thing I can think of for the men.
But
Think about it. Like everything
but I do
else has
like
been
his-
towards the women.
Yeah, and but I would say like the
relatable.
play, like back when, like, I mean, my family used to gather up around the TV and watch them damn plays back in the day.
Yeah, the OG plays.
Yeah, the OG
Yeah.
plays. That shit was a big deal back then.
Time out, brother. Hey, hit that mic again.
Say less.
Yeah, man.
Just doing what I was instructed to, man.
And that's crazy, bro, because like I said earlier, I try to get bro as comfortable as possible. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm be
I
like
ain't gonna
this.
lie, I'm comfortable, bro.
Man, move your goddamn. I'm sorry. You know what?
It's comfortable,
This
bro.
nigga just be trying to piss me off. He
do
just
a
be
good
trying
job,
to piss
though.
me off. He does a great job. I don't even think he's trying right now. I just
Yeah.
think just quite naturally, just him being on the spectrum is irritating me. And I shouldn't be that way towards people that are special needs.
Bro, you was just telling me the other day you don't fuck with special needs people.
That's cold.
That's crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
because I'm telling y'all I don't fuck with you.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah, I'm standing on that. I don't fuck with you, special ass nigga.
That's all right. We gonna unite and we gonna jump the shit out you.
Man, imagine,
like the midgets on Martin.
Yeah.
imagine all these handy. Yeah! Hey, yo,
Wait a
hey,
minute.
I tripped out.
Hey, yeah, you wildin',
I can't
bro.
believe y'all let me do that.
No.
It's a
But-
joke. Jokey joke.
But yeah, Tyler Perry.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
At least I do like the hand movement. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh, look. No,
Yeah, man. Nah, Tyler Perry. He did. You know, I feel like it started in a good place. You know,
Oh, wait, what you talking about?
the plays, but like
Oh.
as far as the plays, I think the shit just be it. As far as the movies and the stuff he started doing outside of Madeira, because I do believe Madeira and like Brown, Mr. Brown, that shit is funny as hell to me still. You know, so you know, they had like the House of Pain. I used to watch that shit.
The plays were good because it was something different, and like I say, you know, different, and you know, it's like a breath of fresh air. So he came in with something new, and you weren't always able to go to these plays. So he made them available on
Yeah,
DVD. Yeah, and you can get these motherfuckers.
The plays were good
Yeah.
because they fed y'all Christianity.
That too.
Nah, because I liked the comedy in the plays. I like the black comedy in the plays.
But it
But you didn't
was
like the
Christian
singing in
based.
them.
Hell no, that's the worst part of the
But
play.
the
Anytime
comedy was
Tamla Man
Christian
got to
based
sing it.
though.
Yeah, and
Some
she
of
the
the-
only person that can, like, I would want to counter her sing, but I don't like to, like, damn, get this shit over with and keep the story
I'm the only one
going.
gonna tell the truth. Them plays was trash as hell.
Yeah.
Now the Medea movies was good, but them plays, that shit was garbage, bro.
This nigga said the plays was trash, but the Medea movies was good.
The
All right.
Medea movies was better than the plays. I'll say that.
But he did Madea.
was watered
Madea
down.
ain't nothing but what is it called? Big Mama's House.
All right, it was a little
times
bit
two.
more funny than them plays he was trying to make
Yeah,
super
and
serious.
I didn't start not liking stuff till it got outside of Madeira and Meet the Browns, basically. So when he started trying to get deep and show the struggles of black people and you know,
Quite natural transition, ain't it?
yeah, it is. it
So
really
we start
is.
talking about Tyler Perry stuff. It's going quite naturally
Yeah,
transition.
it's going right to where we trying to go.
Made this easy for right. This is a nice alley hoop.
But yeah, so but once he started getting outside of comedy, I guess that's where it goes for me. Once he started getting outside of comedy, I didn't really enjoy most of the shit, honestly.
I Could Do Bad All By Myself was a good movie.
Is that where the man got paralyzed and that's Diary of a Mad Black
yeah,
Woman.
that's-
Diary of a Mad Black Woman was good. And then that first Why Did I Get Married was good.
You ain't like the second one?
No. No. Too much Janet Jackson at the end, and you know, anyway, never mind.
She what? Can't act.
Michael B. Jordan auntie.
I ain't like her whole character in the second one.
Because whenever Malik Yoba or whatever, they had their situation and he was mad and he drove off all fast and shit, and then fuck around drove off into the road and got hit and died, and I was like, all right, buddy.
Then she meet The Rock.
Then she met The Rock. I was like, man, all right, my boy. All right, my boy. I think that's when I knew it at, like, you know
Dot
what?
pocket.
Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah, I might be. I don't know if I can rock with you no more, Mr. Perry.
That shit was weak as hell how he died too, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know if I like Why Did I Get Married. Maybe
The
I have to
second
watch
one was
it again.
kind of
but-
trash.
The second
now that
one
we
was
talk
trash,
about
but the first one was good.
it was
though.
good. It was decent.
Because like even with the it got that one main reference in it or whatever. But hell, we used it the other day talking about
Yeah,
the 80-20.
80-20.
Yeah, so like that, you know,
Yeah.
that one was a good. I'll watch that one again. But two, no.
Yeah.
So I guess speaking of Tyler Perry and his movies,
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
The moment we all been waiting for.
spoiler alert if you haven't watched it yet, or maybe we're doing you a service.
Yeah.
He just dropped something on Netflix called Straw. And the only reason I watched it was for the review today. But after watching it, it's Tyler Perry. It's a Tyler Perry movie.
Starring Taraji P. Henson.
Yeah. And the reason I watched it is because I had started hearing black women talk about the shit. You know what I'm
Obviously,
saying?
right? Obviously, right?
Yeah, obviously. So I started hearing black women talk about the shit. So I went and checked it out.
Good or bad?
They was talking good about it.
Okay.
But I goes and watch the movie, and I tell my favorite black woman in the world that, I watched that Tyler Perry movie, Straw. Did you watch it? She said, I didn't finish it. She was doing too much stupid shit for me.
Boy.
Grown ass woman with no direct deposit is crazy. Like, come on now.
But just to give you a broad.
Yeah, go ahead, Nick, because I want to. All right, so I want to know how y'all like the movie, how y'all rate it. But go ahead. Brother.
Okay, just a broad overview of it. This single mom, single black mom,
Played by Taraji P. Henson.
Taraji,
Cookie Lion.
that part. She has a daughter that's ill, sickly, and she's basically doing everything she can and that's humanly possible to take care of her baby.
Mm-hmm.
So she working 2 jobs.
Yeah.
Didn't see the other job, but the one she went to was they treated her like shit. Her life is just overall shit. But her main focus is her daughter.
It's just funny because she wasn't even a mom. Spoiler alert.
Wait,
Hey, man, let this nigga set this up, bro. And she was I told y'all, this boy's a different type of special.
She wasn't a mom.
But,
bro.
hey, man, let this nigga set this
All
up,
right,
bro.
but go ahead and set it up, bro.
Last time.
but spoiler alert, she's a single mom. She's at her end of the rope. Everything is going bad. This is the worst day of her life.
You on your last straw, buddy.
Yeah, last straw. That's why I call it straw. And this is the worst day of her life. Like everything that could go wrong did go wrong. And from there, it's a Tyler Perry movie.
Mm-hmm. And so speaking of it being a Tyler Perry movie, so I just finished it before we started this broadcast, but I initially started watching it the night before and I had to turn that shit off with like 40 minutes left. And I'm surprised I even made it that far. So I'm in bed with my brown queen watching this movie, right? And so it's kind of being black, pro-black, black and proud, and watching this movie with a woman that's non-black or whatever, and watching how Tyler Perry depicts black people, and for people who are not black that are watching this movie, it's like it's a gross misrepresentation of what our community is. Or let me put it like this, because like you can have some of the things that happen like that in some places, but it was completely over-exaggerated from the landlord. Like there was a part in the movie at the beginning. She was like, "Hey, could you have them turn their music down?" Blah blah blah. Oh, they paid their rent. They can have their music loud as they want. Who the fuck talks like that as a landlord, dog? Nobody.
Ain't nobody doing that.
And then the fact that she to keep it on the landlord, and the fact that she knows that this Taraji, her tenant, is single mother, sickly child,
Yeah.
2 jobs. You can't shoot her no bail. You already gave her an eviction notice. How come you just can't let the eviction just play out in court? You don't have to be the one to
Trying to
further
put,
this.
just putting her shit out on the street like that.
And then she goes to her job.
And then old buddy, he played a good part. The one from
the manager.
Different World. Yeah, the manager. You know, he's a colonel from a different world.
Oh yeah.
He was a
When that shit happened though, I did tell her to do that. When she shot him, I told her to shoot him in the face.
Yeah,
what I wanted.
but
I think everybody was rooting for that.
Yeah, but before we got there, it's like, thank God I'm not a job hopper, but like, has anybody on this couch worked for a boss like that?
Nope.
That was gonna
I
talk to
haven't.
you like that?
No, I ain't never went to
Dog,
jail
and
neither.
dog,
that part.
dog, and
I
how
almost
likely
did, though.
is it that somebody that knows that you are a single black mom, know that you got a daughter that's sickly,
A
and
black
and then whatever the twist was at the end of the movie, you know that as well.
Right.
That part.
And then
Yeah.
for you to keep talking to your employee like that,
shit.
Yeah.
Like shit.
and that irritated me too. Like there was just a terrible job of
Writing?
terrible writing job.
Yeah, that was a poorly executed
Yeah, because he's a good actor, but that was a terrible job of writing.
Yeah, how they wanted that character to be.
Yeah, how they wanted
And so
that.
then now, okay, and then so the premise, she gets this phone call, and it's like, hey, yeah, the teacher made fun of your daughter for not having no money, so I need $40 to go buy some pussy. Jokey joke. I need $40 to go put on my daughter's school account so she can eat lunch.
Right.
So, all right, hey, I just need 30 minutes to run to the bank, blah, 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 go to the school. Goes to the school. Hey, CPS is taking your daughter. No, not my baby.
Yeah.
Ripped shirt, right? Then on the way back,
Areolas.
and that's crazy as hell, because then on the way back, it's raining. She's in a line. She's trying to.
Out of nowhere. Now I think about it.
And did you notice that it was dry?
Yep.
After it started raining, it was dry as hell. Anyway, so
Texas was.
No,
they was in Georgia. So
Tyler
which
Perry
is
weather.
closer to Louisiana. So than Texas is. So they oh my God. So she's in line trying to hurry and get back to work with her little mean ass boss and her little bitch ass job that she could have just easily quit when they got a better job. And so she messed around, gets out of line, has this wreck with this Camaro, off-duty police officer. He gets out. His role is written poorly. He just talking all kind of shit. Oh, if I could, I'm going to find a legal way to blow your brains out.
brains out.
You nigger bitch.
It didn't say that, but might as well have.
Facts.
I'm sure it crossed their mind to put it in there. It's like, no, we can't do that.
It's already extra dramatic. We don't need no it.
Dog. So anyway, so she go try to cash her. Oh no. So she go back to work. Mm-hmm. Buddy, she go to. All right, I'm back at the register.
2 hours
Yeah,
later.
you fired.
Yeah, man, you fired. Figure it out.
She should have killed him right there, if we being honest.
So then she's like, hey man, can I just get my check, please?
Run it.
She ain't had a gap.
Buddy come back there. Hey man, y'all got some black and milds? Fuck that. No. Give us all the money to say blah, 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 blah. She flash out, start fighting Buddy with the gun, end up shooting that nigga. Homeboy don't even, so he like Smokey and Friday. I'm not even finna help my homeboy. I'm finna just skedaddle.
Yeah, he got out of there.
He was like, well.
With a gun, whole gun. She shoot the man. He got a gun. She somehow done disarmed a whole grown man. She ain't nobody but a grocery store worker from the hood.
That's been sweaty the whole movie.
Yeah, that's been sweaty and
Man.
tired the whole day. And disarmed the whole nigga that came to rob the
That
place.
adrenaline, the motherfucker.
They made sure they had the baby oil on her ass. Man, she was glistening the whole movie.
Yeah.
And
His adrenaline ain't dog. Like going. His adrenaline is real low on the robbery. Damn,
I see,
bruh.
because ain't no way.
And then so she say she just want her check, blah, blah, blah. End up shooting Buddy. Old boy run away. Manager get to talking shit. You going to jail. Well, I can't go to jail. I got to get back to my baby. Shoot this nigga. Take her a $521 check and leave all the fucking cash.
The fucking money.
All the money there.
Pissed me off.
You
She's not a criminal though.
Yeah, she just caught two bodies.
She caught a body. Yeah, she caught a body out of self-defense. She caught that
first
body
one.
out of.
The second one was not out of
The
The
second
self-defense.
second one was
Pure
out of,
murder.
Out of
Pure murder.
yeah, that was rage.
Yeah.
So you might
take me away
well.
from my
So you
baby?
might as well took
Yeah.
that $40 to take her to your daughter's school because she
Yeah.
needs it so bad.
Yeah, you could have took 40 from right
Or
there.
you could have took all
still
the
had
money
your
and got your
520.
daughter out of school and got the fuck.
So
But that was never the plan.
Hold
though.
on, yeah, never. Like so now I go to the bank. Hey.
She done lost her mind
Bro.
by then. But
Mine-
her mind was gone
Mine
all day.
Been gone.
Yeah.
So here
Mine
we
was
go.
gone all day.
Go to the bank. Hey, can you cash this check for me? Got the gun right there. It's like, I don't want to cash it. Try to give out the money. All I need is my
She didn't have an
500.
ID.
Yeah, didn't have an ID. And the funny thing about it, she said her ID was stolen. Come on, man. You just had your license and registration when you was talking to the cop.
Right.
So the cop stole it? No.
And the people that ran up in the store, they ain't steal it because old boy dead.
Yeah. But she had been lying all day though.
Like a
She
motherfucker.
lied when she told that man she was on the phone with some folks that
Wait.
wanted to.
We're gonna get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause she lied
So now
about
it's,
that shit.
now it's this whole bank scene as far as to where they
For the majority of the movie, they in the bank.
yeah, and they trying to figure some shit out as far as what's going on. Why you got this bomb for this science project that your daughter made? Like she had a science project in the backpack, and
Clear.
in the clear backpack, and they mistook it for a bomb, right? And this shit funny as hell. Remember that. We're gonna get back to that in a
Yeah,
second.
we gotta get back to that because I did not see that shit.
Yeah,
So-
that was crazy.
That was
That
crazy.
was like a fucking toy.
So where we at? So then Chana Taylor's beautiful, strong face comes up, and she's trying to really deliver some lines that she's really not gifted enough or
Man.
talented enough to deliver.
Man, she struggled.
I thought she had one good moment.
When she started doing that fake ass crime.
But she did the fake ass crime. She tried to tell
relating.
her story with the fake ass crime. That was damn near the
Decent.
only thing believable, like almost believable. But other than that,
I thought you was gonna say whenever the movie was over and it had her walking in slow motion backwards. Yeah, no.
yeah, the only thing I would say is when she
And that was
said
a-
she connected a little
and,
bit.
and that was only believable because you was so your emotions were so high because this this movie was an emotionally charged
Yeah.
movie.
But they tried too hard to charge it emotionally though.
They did.
Shit was crazy as hell.
Yeah, they
Okay, where we at in the storytelling of this movie?
they in the bank.
They in the bank.
She got the bomb
Shout out to
somehow.
Shout out to Sherry Shepherd. She held her part down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she did. She did good.
I think out of everybody that was in the movie, she did.
I do
the
think
best.
she did good.
That's the lady who was helping her that worked
Yeah.
in the bank.
Manager.
Oh, okay.
She was annoying,
she did a
too.
good
She
job.
was.
She did good. That's first time I ever.
bomb.
First time I ever
fuck
seen
she
her
don't,
act
cuz?
too, right? Is that her first role?
No, she been in different movies. No, she was on Jamie Foxx show.
Oh,
But what got me was what's that little heifer name? Tessa. Tess?
yeah,
Like she should have got shot a long
yeah.
time
She
ago.
should have got shot, but she wasn't on that really though. She wasn't really trying to. I guess as far as the character was concerned, she wasn't. She had lost her shit, so she really was out here doing all this shit by $521.
Yeah, all right.
And
So,
however many cents was on that check.
yeah, so all right, so it goes, all right, bank, blah, 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 whoop de whoop, act, bad. And they get to a point of where she gets on the phone with her mom. This is what I just watched. And it's like, girl, why you in there robbing that bank? I ain't robbing no bank. I just want to cash my check because the kids was making fun of the kids now is making fun of her daughter for not having lunch money. But at the beginning of the movie is the teacher.
The teacher.
All right. All right.
She been lying all day.
Tyler Perry been lying all day. Whoever wrote this script did a terrible job of lying. Anyway, shit. So anyway, but baby, Janai didn't make it. No, her name was Janai. Your daughter didn't make it. Blah blah blah. Whoop de whoop de whoop. It's like, oh damn. So then, so what? Yeah. So what we failed to mention is at the beginning of the movie, it shows her leaving the hospital holding her daughter, and then them waking up the next day in the bed.
Mm-hmm.
At this point in the movie, they show her just holding the blanket, walking out the hospital. Then it shows her laying in the bed, no daughter. It shows her giving her a bath, no daughter.
No daughter.
Which they showed in the movie with the daughter. And they had a whole conversation.
That's how the movie started.
Yes. And so then at the start of the movie, they showed them where we spoke about the landlord earlier talking shit to her about being evicted and not having her rent money and blah, blah, blah. She's coming down the stairs. She has her daughter in the backpack that had the quote unquote bomb in it, the science project. Fast forward towards the end of the movie when they're recapping everything. She's coming down the stairs talking to her daughter. No backpack.
No backpack. In the background, the bomb was on the table, not even in the backpack when they went through, like when we just watched that last scene.
Oh, yeah, when she dropped
Yeah,
it.
the bomb wasn't even in the backpack. It was in the background on the counter. They go outside. She, acting like she talking to the
talking
baby.
to the baby.
Yeah, but ain't no backpack in that scene. None of that shit. And then she gets in the, I guess she put her in the car and all that. She gets in the car, leave or whatever. Take the baby to school.
The principal out there looking
Like,
confused
what the
as
hell
hell.
you
Like,
doing?
the hell you doing here, girl?
Yeah, what you doing here? We know what happened.
She like, who you speaking to? Okay,
Yeah.
hey, this bitch crazy.
And she done lost her mind. But somehow she ended up at that damn bank with that backpack and the science project or the bomb in there. So
I ain't gonna lie, the last 10, 15 minutes of that shit confused me because I was trying to understand, okay, did the girl die as an infant, as a child when she had her, or did the girl just died the other day.
She just
The mom said last
the
night.
night before.
Because the way they spliced it up, it was weird to me how they backtracked that shit. Like
Everything was weird in them up.
and I'm like, damn, this shit is hard to
It's holes in there.
follow.
Like Taraji was sweating at the grocery store. I know they had AC in there. How you was sweaty at the bank? I know the bank had AC.
Yeah.
Everybody cool, but you.
But you
sweating the whole movie. And then there was the whole rain scene and stuff. And then when they come to the bank, it's like it's dry. It
Yeah,
ain't
it's
raining.
dry. At night it's dry, ground dry. It ain't raining.
During the
none of that.
day, when it first happened, it was whenever Tiana Taylor and them first got there, it was daytime,
Yeah.
dry as shit. Like, damn, didn't it just stop raining?
Yeah.
But anyway, so what y'all boys on the scale of 1 to 10? What y'all boys rate that movie, man?
2.
That's generous.
5.
That's real generous. I ain't going no higher than a 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, that mug a 1 for me too because I just hated the. Why is it a 2 for you?
It's a 2 because I can understand. It's like John Q, but
Without Denzel,
yeah,
without a good director.
yeah, and with yeah.
Why-
so I can see the premise of what he was trying to do.
It's a
But
generous guy.
It was John Q mixed with the bank heist or some shit like that, or you know,
2 Denzel movies.
yeah. It was like a blend, but the blend was
Inside
was
Job.
bland. Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
Why you give it a 5?
I thought she did a good job playing crazy. I thought she did good being crazy. They did I think they did a decent job of, it was over the top, but they evoked the emotion or whatever. I thought they went all out of their way to evoke emotion and shit. But I do think, and it had a couple of things to say about how we treat each other, and with the policeman being in there talking about how he was gonna do her. It was one of them things about like, okay, the boss at her job treated her like shit. The landlord treated her like shit. Is one of them things about like how we treat each other, and then on the other side of it is like, the police and shit, how black people got to deal with that shit too. So I did see some of the shit they was trying to say in there, but I don't think they made a good movie.
They missed the mark.
Yeah.
Why you give it a 1?
I just hated everything about it. The ending. Everything about that movie was dumb as hell. Yeah.
All right, well I'm right there with you. I give it a 1.
Yeah.
But just because the portrayal of the over exaggeration of black characters from a black producer and a black filmmakers, I just didn't like it.
Yeah.
It was almost like he was like, if any white person gonna see this, I got to make sure they can see and they can feel the black struggle.
Yeah.
And the movie not for you, ain't
Yeah,
even
it
for
just
them.
went
like,
over the top with it. It could have did a better job of like showing like a more realistic like version of the cop. You know what I'm saying? They could have showed a more realistic version of the cop interaction. I do get like but she ain't got a license and you know what I'm saying? So,
I don't think he had white people in mind at all when he made this.
That's what I'm saying. But the way it's overly emotional because we know, I
Yeah.
mean, black people, we know how the shit go. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to put that much extra on the shit we already know or been through. Like we
he
know
could
how
have been
to
smarter.
gotta
Yeah, he could have
over-exaggerate it.
just been smarter about it. Like, give me something that, like, you know what I'm saying? Just a cop, off-duty cop running her off the road, then threatening her life, then his partner, him walking up with his partner and shit. A lot of the shit just like that shit. It don't go like that,
And then the FBI agent that came in and was gonna shut down everything that the black people was doing before. Like he runs shit. So
Yeah,
like,
you know how I feel about the FBI and shit. That was on par though. That I was like, damn, that was the best acting cop in the damn whole movie. Cause I actually believed that, that was some shit that I actually believed that he was finna come through there and shut this shit down. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit y'all talking about it. Saving lives and all this shit right now. we finna get these folks out this damn bank. Fuck all this, you know,
Back and forth.
yeah, back and forth and you know, trying to, what's the word I'm looking for, y'all? Not communicate with her, but you know, relate all this relation and shit. You know,
relatable.
Yeah, them being relatable with each other and all that shit. He say, "Fuck this, get this girl up out this damn bank, acting a fool."
That motherfucker definitely was acting a fool.
He did.
And I feel like we
Doing the
can
absolutely most.
definitely wrap this up right now, huh?
Yeah,
But black people, we know who Tyler Perry is. You can support if you want, but we know what his cachet is.
and hey, but to be fair, like no, the black women gonna support that shit though. He can make Straw 2 tomorrow.
Shit, that shit.
And this shit
Shit
going
going straight to Tubi.
Number
It is
two.
going up. They
shit
like
going straight
y'all.
to Tubi.
We don't like that shit. They like that shit though. Like he talked to them black women at the BET Awards. He knew who he was talking to. Like I feel like they the reason that we watch that shit. You know, for real. That shit gonna be. It don't matter, dog. It's something about him. He gonna do that shit, and they gonna like it.
All right, like it or love it.
Yeah.
I ain't watching it no more.
Yeah, that was the last time they get me.
Last time.
It's probably been about 3-4 years since I had watched one.
All right, everybody, hold on. Let me pull out my lighter. Cause we about to shit on Lil Wayne. He just dropped quarter 6 Friday, and I ain't gonna lie. I've only listened to it one time, and listening to it the first time don't make me want to listen to it a second time.
Yeah.
Are we unanimous on how we feel about the album?
I think so.
I fuck with that band from NO. That's my shit. It's gonna be on repeat for a while.
Have you heard the remix?
I ain't heard the remix,
Got
the one with
Nicki.
Nicki Minaj,
Yeah,
but
got
the
Nicki.
original, that shit ride.
Yeah.
Like I told y'all before, 19 tracks. I think maybe 5 or 6 are worth listening to more than once for me.
I think 5 or 6 worth listening to once. You know what I'm saying? I would say, yeah, it's not. I only got 2 songs on there that I think should have been lit, and I listened to the album more than once just to kind of be sure. Like,
Yeah.
damn, do I think it's that bad? And I listened to it at least twice, and yeah, it's only 2 songs that I would go back and listen to again. Flex Up and the one with Manny Fresh being myself.
Yeah.
I thought the Manny Fresh production on that shit was, damn, he could have killed that shit. But
I feel like any white person he had on this album could have been left off.
Bono.
yeah, Bono. I feel like the problem with the Bono song was Lil Wayne. Hell, if that would have been a Bono song by itself, that shit might have went to the top.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lil
Billboard.
Wayne ain't got no business in that space for real. So
So out of all the songs, do you think anyone will be able to chart?
That's tough.
no, the only one that might chart is the band from NO because he just put Nicki Minaj on there and her fan base might,
Run
give
it
him a boost.
The one with Bono might chart because that's the one that they're playing on the NBA commercials for the
Oh, yeah.
playoffs.
No shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that maybe
That's
it will
tough.
then. But that I do feel
That's
like
tough.
that. Yeah, I don't think the Bono song is hard to listen to, especially the part where Bono is on the song. I think the music is good. Bono, with in combination with that beat or whatever, that's fine. But when Lil Wayne get to rapping on there, I don't want to hear that shit on that song.
Facts.
But
So do we want to break this down play by play or just what we think about?
we can break it down play by play if y'all want to. But I got some points.
Go.
The song with Big X the Plug.
Okay, let's get to that one. Do you How do you feel about that?
If Lil Wayne wasn't on that song, that would be a really good song. They'd have went crazy. I would have, if you take Lil Wayne off that song and give me a Big X the Plug verse, or just 2 J Jones verses, that's a really good song.
But to me, that's just a if you take Lil Wayne off, that's just a Big X song.
Yeah, it's just a Big X song.
Because you know what X gonna bring.
Yeah, he didn't fit in the Big X space though. He didn't fit in the space. I feel like, especially at the beginning of the song.
Hey, hold on. How did his verse start out in that?
Bitch, and rich.
I put the cannon to your temple and pop a zit.
It goes zit.
Yeah, come on, bro. That shit going.
That was a hook. That was a fire ass hook.
Yeah, that's one of the ones I gave a listen to one time. And was like, yeah, it's over with for this one.
That was a fire ass hook.
That was doo-doo garbage.
Yeah. That was like Big X came in, gave him a fire ass hook, and then he just pissed the song away, in my opinion, with his first 4 bars. And probably nobody wanted to hear it again. I talked to somebody that said that they were listening to the album, and when Big X the Plug came on, they got excited, and then Wayne started rapping, and from there they kind of lost hope for the whole album. Like that's like song number 3 or 4, and they said they just couldn't even really hear everything else in a proper way because he botched that song so bad that after that they just lost hope and eventually couldn't even finish the album.
Like I told y'all boys in the chat, like for me when I was listening to it, it was hard to get through a whole song. Like you know, I understand everything now is microwave, like 2 minutes in and out, but like just hearing a 3.5 minute track from Wayne, that shit was hard as hell. It was hard to listen to.
Yeah, I get it.
He ain't the same. He ain't got nothing to rap about no more.
Yeah. But that's the thing. He had plenty to rap about. Like he just came off of the Super Bowl snub. The Kendrick Lamar mention in GNX. It's a whole lot of topics right there in Wayne's face. And he still want to be talking about some... You know, she say she bought the action and he gonna fuck her till she
say cut.
So,
do me a favor. Can you flick that lighter for me real quick? Look, man, Wayne been this way for a long time. To sit up here and try to act surprised that he's this way on the Carter 6 when he's been rapping like this since 2014 is beyond me.
Whoa.
Yeah, nah, nigga. Since 2014, ever since I'm on that good cushion alcohol.
You ain't hear sorry for the wait?
Listen, what I'm trying to tell you, brother. Wayne ain't, well, it's like this. His entire life, but this is an argument I've had with, I believe, Mario and Jesus, or maybe just Jesus. And my thing is, I always ask people to tell me, hey, tell me a meaningful Lil Wayne bar. So I'm one of the people, I'm of the mindset that, like, I think this project from Lil Wayne is in line with what he's done probably the past 8 to 10 years.
I don't know, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, nigga, it's 2025. So we go back to 2014.
yeah.
So what was the last Lil Wayne project that you was like, well, Carter 5 came out when? 2019, 18?
And that shit was on stall for like 2 or 3 years
Yeah.
too.
I do think the Carter 5 was...
So what was the last great Lil Wayne project?
Yeah, the last great was, to me, is Carter 3.
And what year did that come out?
Shit, that had to be 09, something like 09, maybe 10. But yeah, that's the last great project. I do think the Carter 5 was good though.
So I do think, as far as when it comes to a great Wayne project, that's what people were expecting from him, because as you just spoke about earlier, he was coming off of the Super Bowl snub.
That was 2010.
2010.
So 2010. So Lil Wayne ain't been good in 15 years.
Yeah. Do y'all like Carter 4 though? Saquon, you like Carter 4?
I like Carter 4. I like Carter 3 a lot better than 4, but
Yeah.
Would you like 6 foot, 7 foot?
They got blunt
She
blowing.
will. She will.
She Will that's one of the ones.
She will, blunt blowing. People, I don't
how
know
to
for me,
love.
but
And then some of that shit,
I love is a big deal.
and some of that shit is just the production and somebody else doing the hook. Because, like, to me, listening to Lil Wayne rap on this mug or whatever, It's somebody who says like Lil Wayne raps really good about absolutely fucking nothing. It's like he was just missing a Drake feature, a Rick Ross feature, a Nicki feature, and some quality production all the way through.
Shit, or some new producing equipment or something, because that shit didn't sound mixed and mastered.
Because when it comes to like dog,
It wasn't.
and like I said, and like Wayne is not in my top 5, not my top 10 people that I enjoy listening to. So it's like when I'm listening to it, and I'm seeing the criticism online and everybody talking about it, like I just can't help but think that like a lot of this shit has to do with some people's love for Kendrick Lamar, some people's hate for Drake, and just how the whole Super Bowl shit played out and how they just didn't like the way how Wayne handled that situation, thinking he was going to play that Super Bowl. So I think people were, because a lot of criticisms are saying, oh, damn, he's going to drop an album like this and thought he's supposed to do the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
as if he didn't have a whole catalog before that he could have performed at the Super Bowl.
He got plenty of songs for the Super Bowl.
So like we can't sit up here and pretend that like some of the people that are saying that this shit is trash aren't just people who was mad at him because how he handled Kendrick getting picked up for the Super Bowl over him.
But be sure to say that it's trash.
But you
I'm not calling okay. Let me put it like this. Wayne been trash to me.
Okay.
So like let me make this clear. He's been trash to me.
But not
like he talks about absolutely fucking nothing. He can just put some clever shit together about absolutely fucking nothing.
But now that some people want to hate him, they act like it's such a big deal. Now that he done garnered a little more hate. Now people want to act like it's such a big deal that he made a bad album.
Yeah, because like he been making bad albums.
I got it.
And like for me, like Lil Wayne doesn't, and I don't have a Lil Wayne album that I like from start to finish.
Yeah.
So, and that's me personally. So like that's why it's weird to like see the criticism, because I just didn't think he made great albums anyway. I think he's a really phenomenal rapper that raps about absolutely nothing. But
yeah,
why everybody hopping on his ass like that?
Light Side, Carter 1, Carter 2, Carter 3. I do think he made really good
2000.
albums. Yeah, that's up to 2010.
And that was
only time he ever did anything good after that for me was, I would say, Carter 5.
And it's funny,
and all those albums with Manny Fresh.
Yeah.
And then it's the funny thing.
No, Carter 2, Carter 3 wasn't.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about it, as far as like when it comes to Wayne during them Carter periods, it's like, yeah, people love the Carters, especially 1 and 2. But also it's one of them things that like, shit, his mixtapes and just rapping other people's beats, like he just known for just
right.
Like, dog, let's not.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just got this suspicion that it's a very loud people on the internet who don't like Lil Wayne because of the Super Bowl shit, who's making this shit louder than what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it shouldn't even really matter.
I'm up, man.
But yeah, I thought, the only, as far as meaningful shit he said in the album, I can only think of one thing he said on Flex Up. He said something about, he said, when you come from the, he said his kids was gonna ball like they dad, and when you come from the riches, you don't know the rags. Yeah, we war over flags, and that's just the half. And he said you get in the. My favorite bar was something about some. You get in a jam, and we get in a jam, spend a little bread, to send some people in red to turn somebody's head into some bologna and ham.
Hey,
he put some shit together there.
What's that shit I kept singing
that
the
was
other
lyrical.
day?
Huh?
That was a nice ass bar he had too. I just kept saying
Nah,
it
that shit
over
I
and
just
over.
said a while ago, I didn't fuck with that. She say she bought that action, so I'ma fuck her till she scream cut.
Oh yeah,
I ain't fucking
that's my
with
shit,
that.
man. That's my shit.
But
I did not like that.
but is it what's the problem with it? Is it Wayne rapping, or is it production?
This time it
and
was
mixing and
production to me.
and mastering.
Yeah, I thought it was production to me. This was the
So
lowest quality of sound I done heard on a Lil Wayne album ever.
So even if the quality was there like you wanted it to be, would the raps match the production?
Who you asking, Mario or me? or the
Everybody,
couch.
everybody.
Yeah, nigga, it's gonna be the same. The nigga been rapping like this since 2014. I don't know what boys can't understand. Like, this nigga ain't rapped about shit since 2014.
Yeah. Nah, I think if they'd have did it like that, peanuts to an elephant and shit, dang, stop. Don't come over here with fucking elephants. Yeah, sounding off every 30 seconds.
And that's the production aspect of it, because when you actually listen to, like, he rapping the same.
Yeah, so I think if they'd have put that shit to a better beat, we could enjoy what he had to say more.
Right.
Because we don't give a damn because you got elephant. Like, who told you to do that? You know, you Lil Wayne and you came out here with the whole peanuts to an elephant shit. Even the shit he did with Wycliffe, that shit sound like they just pasted a beat onto their raps or something.
Hey, dog. Anytime you want a beat, come to me. I'll make you one.
Nah, that's what it sound like. Sound like he came to Rod to get some beats made.
Yeah,
And that's exactly what
Yeah,
happened.
he might as well. That was the
It'd been
issue to
cheaper.
me. That was the first issue to me. I don't like the fact that he just left so much subject matter. Like, literally, Nicki Minaj had to get on
And that's
banned
gonna
from the NO
and that's gonna be
to
a
talk
single.
shit to somebody he felt like did him wrong.
I think that's gonna be the single.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the single.
But he did say, "Don't act like my nigga one day and the white man the next." I think that was a subtle jab at Jay-Z during the album, but he just, you know what I'm saying? If he was trying to talk about people or get at somebody, he never did it. He kind of got it. He said he made it to $1 million from a $2 baby. That to me, that's a bar for a baby, but I just don't like the anger. Like, talk about how you would had to be the one. You know, he could have talked about and popped his shit on how he had to be the one to put the Hot Boys reunion together.
Man, the boys
He didn't do shit.
The nigga's not introspective. I think y'all are wanting too much from Lil Wayne, something that he cannot provide y'all. That's why I'm so confused about the fan outrage. He's never been that in his entire life.
but it seemed like it was a step
I'm not
back.
talking about nigga not having bars, dog. The nigga just ain't never been introspective.
Facts.
He went in
Nah,
on
I give you
50
that.
Cent that time. That stop hating on a nigga. That's a weak emotion, a lady of a nigga. He has been introspective before.
Perspective. Dialing into himself.
Not since, not since probably the Carter. Yeah, probably not since Carter.
I miss my dogs.
The
when
drops
when
were-
Yeah, I
everybody
miss my
left.
dog. That's Carter. That's the Carter.
When everybody left.
I like hustler music, but hustler music is like a hustler song. It ain't introspective.
Yeah, he ain't had to open up and be vulnerable about shit, man.
Yeah. He tried to do it with what's that Robin Thicke song that time? I think that was Carter 3.
What is it? Oh no, I'm thinking of something else.
Not Shooter, but it was another song after like the hurricanes and shit. He tried to go in, but
Just ain't got the depth of character.
yeah. He really don't.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it's Tie My Hands, Robin Thicke.
Oh, yeah, I tie my hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he tried to do a little something. That was during the hurricanes. He did a George Bush thing or whatever, but
The Georgia Bush. I think that's what it was called.
that's another song. Which I don't think he would. I think, yeah, he did. He did try to. He tried to get a little political on Georgia Bush, but it didn't really stick.
Threw all that credibility away.
Yeah, threw all that away for Donnie T, which is crazy. And that's another thing I got to say about the album is like that shit. You know, he might have made that shit for his MAGA friends too, because it's a line in there.
Yeah, and it was in his course, in his hook, and it was said a couple of times.
Yeah, he put Donald Trump in there. Then he went to talking about some agenda, and he said that everybody got an agenda and kids don't know their agenda and shit. That was one of his lines in the album too.
Shit,
where
that must have been a part I skipped because
Just tired of listening by then.
yeah, you was tired of it. Yeah, but he had that line in there. He said it's some kind of hidden agenda, and everybody got an agenda, and kids don't know their agenda. But
So everybody here thinks that the album wasn't good.
it was.
Yeah, I don't think
it
it was
was. It was poorly executed. You know, I was looking at the features, and you know, I guess he went with the white names. He went with the ones that was kind of well known.
Yeah.
And I told you too, like even with the Jelly Roll, like that whole chorus,
almost.
Like,
that's what I felt. That was almost.
It was close, but like
yeah. Snakes ain't always in the grass. Sharks ain't always in the water. But I didn't want to hear Jelly Roll. Personally, I ain't want to hear Jelly Roll. So it just didn't do nothing for me.
And I think that might have been one of those ones if he would have got it. Cause Big Sean did his fucking thing.
Big Sean did good.
Big Sean held his verse down. You know, he gave you what you expect from him.
Yeah.
But
most of the features did a good
job.
job.
4 features though. I feel like Big Sean. He's
yeah.
Might as well be.
Yeah.
Dark Sky Paradise was
on
good
all
though.
his
Yeah,
features.
yeah, he do, and he smoked that verse.
Yeah.
But it was just that damn Barn Wayne's bars or whatever. Just that chorus that you started out with and tried to hold the song together with.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite there.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like that shit was not quite there. And it's a lot of shit that I like from like the Carter series, like the Carter 1, Carter 2, and Carter 3, where he have intros, interludes.
I just had no direction. It was just pasted together. It wasn't a cohesive project
At all, man.
Nobody went in and say, okay, we're gonna transition from this song to this song, and this will be good with this. It was just shit. Roll the dice.
Yeah. He didn't even, that song with 2 Chainz, that shit ain't even for us. You know what I'm saying? That whole Cotton Candy by it's a cocaine song. It's a cocaine party song. That's not for us. You know?
Maybe it's just
that's
to
for
a
his
point,
MAGA friends.
and maybe it's just to a point to where like, you know, he don't really got into who he truly wants to be and who he truly is, because like it's just the signs have been there for Wayne.
Yeah.
As far as to where like, you know, whenever, you know, people were protesting police brutality and things of that nature, and Black Lives Matter, and how he was hopped out there, well, when I shot myself or whatever it was, a white police officer saved me, so how can, like, he just been tone deaf, idiotic, just,
True.
But because he rap good, it's like, but he ain't nobody that, he ain't nobody.
Okay, question now is, does he actually still rap good?
I think he still rap
so.
good.
I think it was a lot of shit in there where, he still rap good.
He just don't be rapping about
Yeah,
shit.
it's not about a whole lot of stuff, but he was putting shit together to me.
What was 19 tracks too long?
Yeah, I think, like you say, I think he only had 6 tracks that was worth even hearing, you know?
Yeah, like Wayne just don't need to be doing nothing but features right now.
Yeah.
It's like, dog, because if you're not gonna put no time into your craft and whatever to put a great cohesive project together, it's like you just paste a bunch of shit together. So you and Wyclef trash
Like them
for that.
songs he had with his kids, he could have like put that shit on their album. Let them put an album out, put that on their album. But the Carter, like don't be interrupting the Carter series with frivolous shit, in my opinion. And that's what he kind of did. I never felt like a Carter album was that bad until now. Like maybe I know the Carter 4 ain't for me, but when the Carter 4 came out, I was probably, mid-20s, and my, 17, 18-year-old cousin loved that shit though,
Yeah.
So I understand that maybe that shit wasn't for me, but a younger generation champions that shit though. Carter 5, it's got some songs on there that I do like. I don't think it's a whole project that's good, but I do like Mona Lisa. I like Dedication. I like Let It All Work Out. Like, it's some good stuff on there. This shit, no, nothing of quality for real on there like that. Like, he's not doing nothing.
All right, so speaking of quality, top 5, who you listening to? Your personal favorites.
All time?
All time or right now?
All time.
All time.
My top 5 all time, like who I listen to the most all time.
Like,
Just your personal top 5 rappers ever.
Yeah. So, no particular order, but I am going to say Tupac first because I think Tupac is the most important person in hip hop since he rapped. You know what I'm saying? Ever since Tupac, I don't think there's been a more important person in hip hop since him. So I go Tupac, go DMX, I go Jay-Z, Kendrick Lamar, and Andre 3000 for me. I started at Andre 3000. He got one solo album, which is
Love Below.
Yeah, The Love Below is I mean, technically it's not a solo album because it came with another album from Big Boy, which is Speaker Box, and which is also good at the same time. But
Double Disc.
Yeah, Double Disc. I think The Love Below, it opened up a lane for a whole lot of shit to go on, like, say like some Juice WRLD or just helping people get comfortable in being in a different space than traditional hip hop.
Yeah.
And making songs that people like and that sound good. Jay-Z, I think up until maybe recently, Jay-Z could have been known as the greatest rapper of all time by default because he came up in a time in the golden era where it was Tupac and Biggie, and after they died, it's like it was just left right there for him to take all the momentum and shit that they had created, and he grabbed that shit and he went with it.
Talking about Jay?
Yeah, talking about Jay-Z. Yeah. I think
and
by default, he kind of one of the greatest rappers of all time because
and especially with
the shit got cleared for him.
And then especially with Big Pun, because Big Pun had took a big chunk out of the rap scene in New York at that time too.
And a lot of people just had ended up like perishing, and it just left him to be the voice or whatever. And I think he carried well, though. I think what he did in the 90s up into the mid 2000s, he really did his shit. And I don't think Jay-Z ever made a whack album either. I don't think he ever made a bad album. Maybe some people could say American Gangster, but I enjoy American Gangster, and especially the fact that it's mostly live instrumentation, you know? And it was, made off of the heels of the movie American Gangster as well. And he told the story and it was conceptual. So I thought that was pretty good. DMX is somebody I probably listened to the most as a child, honestly.
Respectable.
Because that was my dad's favorite artist, really. Especially at the time, the album, and then there was X. We had the cassette. That was pretty much the only thing in our car at the time. So
he dropped,
Party Up, Here We Go Again.
He dropped two platinum albums within a year.
Yeah, the same year. And then I think it's Dark and Hell Is Hot was the other one.
Flesh of My Flesh,
Blood of My Blood.
Yeah.
Okay. And so that's the biggest one for me. And like I say, Tupac is like the godfather really for damn near everything. Anything almost, like everything conscious and black plight wise, as far as this era goes, most people to me are trying to embody like the spirit that Tupac gave in his music. NWA was first with the violent style or sound of music, but what Tupac did as far as being able to move, to make something like Keep Your Head Up and make something else, like America's Most Wanted or some shit, like his versatility.
And some fun shit too.
Yeah,
like
and some fun shit. Yeah, like I Get Around and
How Do You Want
Yeah,
It?
How Do You Want It? Toss It Up. Like Tupac's versatility was amazing, and he is not like this big lyrical rapper too. He is not. It ain't a bunch of punchlines in his music. He gets straight to the point. Somehow he was able to give off exactly what he was trying to say in a way that people accepted and just identified with, and it didn't even take all that.
He rapped with a lot of soul.
Yeah. I'm like some like black preacher shit almost, but and then who else I had? Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar, I think, comes off of the Tupac. It's a mixture of Tupac and
Eminem.
And
No, it is because I listened to Miss Morale and the Big Steppers earlier.
yeah.
And then,
No,
like,
I was
so-
gonna
so-
say
so-
Tupac and Andre 3000 and DMX. I would say
Eminem.
Tupac, Andre 3000, DMX.
Because like because when you listen to the anyway, get your list over with.
That's it.
Okay.
Go for it. No, I don't want to hear what you're saying.
Nah, go ahead, Quan. What's your top 5?
YB,
Who's YB?
Young Boy,
Okay.
Boosie Webby. I'm gonna count them as one artist.
Okay.
Soulja Slim.
Boy, fuck no.
Why I
You
can't?
not count them as one artist, nigga.
Why I can't?
No, sir. Just like me saying I'm gonna count UGK as one artist. No, sir.
Hey.
No, sir.
Understandable. Boosie and Webby meant a lot together, though. That's why I said that.
So I mean, they okay.
You got Boot, but if you had to choose, can you choose one out of the two?
I would choose Boosie over Webby.
Yeah, I'm choosing Webby every time.
Most
Oh
people say that.
wait. I don't want to make up. Just name your top 5.
All right, top 5. Well, if I got to do them separate, I'm going to go YB, Boosie, Webby, Soulja,
Soulja Slim.
and Bay, Ruby Rose.
Man.
Nah, on a serious note, take Ruby Rose out and put Kodak in there for sure.
All right.
That's my top 5.
You with me?
I'm with Mario. Tupac. I'm gonna go UGK. Either one though. Bun or Pimp. It don't matter. Bun or Pimp. Future. Jeezy, Scarface.
Okay.
You know, they cultivated
Yeah.
my youth. They molded me in my youth. So
All right, my top 5 is Tupac Shakur. But I had to put these boys like in the years. So I got 1998, 2008, 0. 2004, 2012, Kanye West. 2009, 2017, Drake. And then Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
That's my top 5.
Yeah. That's that Kanye one. That's a good one for me. Kanye is a good one. Scarface is another person that I actually listen to a lot. So what year, I want to ask y'all, what year did y'all stop buying music?
shit, whenever they went digital.
Yeah. Because I got an iTunes, I do got an iTunes footprint too, as far as like the people that like whose songs that I got the most or whatever. And I know I bought pretty much like the whole Jay-Z catalog up until that time. I got Kendrick Lamar's whole catalog up until that time as far as like Overly Dedicated and Section 80. I got 2 Drake albums, which was Nothing Was the Same and Take Her. I got both of them. A lot of, so I would have Kanye West.
Yeah.
So probably up until My Dark Beard. I don't got that. I got up until Graduation. And I guess after that, streaming era started.
Well, for me, you know, growing up in the South and growing up hearing and seeing how the New York was on the forefront, and then it went to the West Coast, and then once the South got their foot in and held their spot, I was strictly South. So everything that came out of Cash Money No Limit, I paid for. Like went and bought anything from UGK, A-Ball, MJG, I paid for. But no, once it went to the streaming, after it got off of CDs into streaming, you know, it just kind of just went like, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know why because I do feel like there was a point before, like, streaming, we streamed with iTunes and like we had to buy.
Once for me, once Napster hit,
Yeah.
and you can just rip shit for free.
Yeah.
There wasn't no more buying no CDs.
Yeah. After
that shit was up.
after Napster, I feel like they had shut it down. You know, we had Napster.
Still had LimeWire.
Yeah, Napster, LimeWire, I remember BearShare. I was getting it in too with all this shit.
And then once these computers and shit came with CD burners, oh shit, it was really up.
yeah, it was over then.
Everybody at the barbershop selling CDs at that
Shit,
point.
$5, and you can get booty talk and fuck it and all this shit for $5.
Yeah.
5 for 20.
Yeah,
Five.
Juvenile would rival Andre 3000 for my top 5 though.
That's
the closest person to my top 5.
That's where my 10 get kind of whatever.
Yeah.
Juvie is definitely up in top 10.
Yeah,
Y'all got 10?
I got 10. I can go 5 more. Juvenile, Lil Wayne, Eminem, Big Crit.
One more.
I would say E40. E40 got to crack my top 10.
What Kodak at?
Kodak top 15. He back top 15, top 20 for me.
Okay.
But it's a whole lot of shit came before Kodak for me that that hold a whole lot of weight. I don't think Kodak doper than E40 or Too Short really. And time will tell, but I think they got timeless shit that like a lot of his catalog probably not gonna stand up to when it's all said and done.
All right, shit. My next 5, of course, Future, 9805 Juvenile, Trap Music to Urban Legend T.I., 99 to 03 Eminem, and 05 to 14 Jeezy.
Yeah,
That's a good ass list.
that's a good list. That's a lot of hits in that one,
My-
especially
my-
T.I. and Jeezy. They killed that shit.
Yeah, mine close to that.
Yeah,
What about you, Sleepy Boy?
And I would go Gates. I gotta throw him in there.
Top 10?
Top 10.
You got a microphone to your left.
Gates. Motherfucking. Who else would I throw in there? Juvie. I gotta throw Juvie in there.
Quando Rondo.
BG?
Gotta throw Quando Rondo in there. He one of the ones who got timeless music, in my opinion.
Lil Durk?
Nah, I can't throw Lil Durk in there. I ain't gonna hold you.
I'm trying to think of some YN
Future
shit.
Future gotta get thrown in there for sure.
You throwing Gunna in yours too, ain't you?
Nah, I ain't never listened to Gunna before the allegations. So we gonna take Gunna out. Future for sure though. And then I need one more.
You fuck with Gucci?
Yeah, but I want to throw him in my top 10.
Got you.
You ain't
probably
putting
be in
Wayne.
my top
Wayne
30
don't
though.
go in your
I
top
put
10?
T.I. I put T.I. in there before I put Wayne in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wayne not in my top 10, but as we talked about earlier, y'all can probably obviously see
Yeah.
why not.
Yeah, I listened to a whole lot of Wayne, like mixtape Wayne, like all of Wayne's catalog up until the Carter 3 plus the mixtapes. I would say, yeah, he got to be in my top 10 because I heard a whole lot of Lil Wayne and liked that shit. Like up until a certain point though, and then it was just I can't.
And Wayne influence is undeniable because he was dropping albums and mixtapes at the same time.
Yeah.
Which was crazy.
Yeah.
He 50 is known for getting people about the paint when he beef with them. He had a beef with Wayne.
No, he couldn't do nothing with Wayne. Like I say, that shit, Wayne, when Wayne dropped that verse about him at the BET Awards and shit, that 50 had to back on off. All right, this man might not be playing, and he didn't even say my name that time. So if I think 50 Cent knew like, nah, don't really fuck with him because he can get you out of here if he was to lock in on your ass. Especially 50 Cent anyway, not because 50 Cent he's not a lyricist. So
Dog, I ain't got no East Coast people on my list.
yeah,
Facts. And
But I have
to round off my 10, I would have
No, I had two.
I would have to add the T.I., like you said, the T.I.s and the Kendrick and just to mix it up because the time I came up in, he's not the best rapper, but he did a lot for the Master P.
yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
said Biggie.
This your list.
No, I don't fuck with.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with Biggie.
Yeah, I don't think
I think
Biggie not that big.
Personally, Biggie is overrated to me.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I mean, he did make good music for the time that he was here making it, but you only did one album while he was alive. You had two,
Yeah,
and they were good. I won't take that from him, but his discography is not that deep past the two. So
Well, once he said he was gonna suck his daddy's dick, I lost
And
all
most
respect
people
for
on my
Biggie.
list is like they tap into struggle and plight or whatever. And Biggie to me never really did that. Like Phil say Wayne never really rap. He good rapping, but he don't really rap about a whole lot. I felt the same way about Big. You know, Big had maybe like, okay, I give you the 10 crack commandments or whatever. But for the most part, it was a lot of fly rap, you know? And it wasn't like
Just had a nice flow.
nice flow. When I go back, it's not nothing I really identify with a whole lot.
and if you want to get into some like, honestly, before Biggie, I would have like Bone Thugs.
Yeah.
You know, somebody like
Yeah.
that. It's a couple of people I have before Biggie.
Yeah.
So everybody in this mug, well, 3 out of 4 at least within our top 10 got what Kendrick in a list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we can transit. Did y'all have anything else y'all wanted to say about what we discussing now?
No.
So I guess that's gonna lead us into like something me and good old Mario been talking about. I'm curious to see what he has to say. But what album do you think is better between GNX versus Damn?
For me, it's Damn.
Why is that?
Because
and then for me it's GNX.
okay. For me, it's Damn because of the concept of the album. Just to start the album with, you know, not even a song, but he starts the album with this story about an older lady looking for something, you know, in the society. Was this 2017? It's how he felt about the world in 2017. And you know, he starts the album off talking about this lady he saw looking down at the ground and pacing back and forth looking for something. And him trying to be well raised and help the elderly go look for something that, you know, they see they having trouble with. And he goes up to this person and say, "Excuse me, ma'am. I see you looking down on the ground. Seems like you lost something." And she tells him, "Yes, I did. Yes, you did lose something. You lost your life." And a gunshot goes off and shoots him, or he dies at that moment. And that's a damn moment for me. Like, damn. You know, he seen the world. He was saying how he seen the world as a place where it was dangerous to be a good human being because, you know, it was coming off of the heels of To Pimp a Butterfly, which kind of had the same message, but not so much in the same tone as just the world is a dangerous place. You know, the world is a dangerous place for good people. And it's got hits. It's got introspective songs as well. My favorite song on the album is Feel. He talks about, you know, to me it's basically an encapsulation of the title of the album is like, I feel like this world is fucked up and nobody's paying attention and everybody just wants to have fun. So here go you some nice sounding tracks.
Some fun shit.
Yeah, here's your fun shit that you can have some fun to and claim love and all this shit. But we living in a place that's really fucked up right now. This was Trump's first Trump's first term as well. He was he was one of the first, like he say what during the album he said Donald Trump's a chump. I just thought it was an important album. I like that concept more than GNX because GNX to me is all about, like he says on TV Office, all I ever wanted was a black Grand National. Fuck being rational, give them what they asked for. It's only about, it's like a childish, you know what I'm saying? It's him turning his nose up in the air at what's been going on as far as in the rap community. He turns his nose up and make hits like, you know, fuck this. I'm gonna take all this shit and fuck this, but there's no deep meaning to GNX, honestly. I just think he came out here after he whooped Drake to like, you know, keep the momentum and give you a bunch of hits and shit. But I don't think the album itself it has much concept. I don't think there's much concept. I think it was mostly made to push West Coast sound in a direction more so than have a message.
Phil, what you went the opposite way, right?
Yeah, I think GNX is a better album than Damn because I think GNX is the most authentic and honest version of Kendrick Lamar. Mm-hmm. When I went back and I listened to Damn last week when I thought we were going to talk about it, and today I went back and listened to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Everything Kendrick has done in his catalog has led up to GNX. On Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, one of the first lines he said leading up into the album on this one was talking about getting into therapy. Something I did notice because I only listened to Mr. Morale once when it dropped because I was being selfish because it dropped on my birthday weekend off of him giving us Damn. And that nigga took us to therapy, and I didn't need that at that point in my life. I was like, I'm not trying to hear this shit. It's good. I always knew it was a good album, but it was like, I'm not here for this. So when you listen to Kendrick's lyrics, and let's just take it back to Good Kid, Mad City, some of the interludes in the progression of the story that he was telling was, you know, they would get into, you know, accepting Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior, right? Then you go to Pimp a Butterfly, where he kind of experiments with like some type of jazz hip hop situation, you know? And then you get to Damn, where Kendrick is, because, you know, it was rumored there's going to be a double disc and it's going to call it Damnation. He's in his Hebrew Israelite bag. So it seems like every album, and then Miss Morale is where he gets into therapy and trying to get introspective and kind of like starts to peel all these different layers off of him that existed on him before, right? So on this GNX album, you don't really hear the undertones of like whatever he might have been attempting to worship at that time. So then you get into, like I said, Miss Morale, like I told y'all, I only listened to that once. So whenever I heard him do the Reincarnated song on GNX and I heard him talking about past life regressions, I was like, oh shit, okay. So he not on that Hebrew Israelite shit no more. And honestly, he wasn't on that shit no more in Miss Morale and the Big Steppers because he talked about past life regression at least 3 times on the album when I was listening to it earlier. So everything that he stripped off before Miss Morale, and then like, okay, so anyway, last album, you took us to therapy or whatever, then GNX is like, the reason why I feel like it's better than Damn is because like this is the most honest version of you that's not searching for anything. Like this is truly who you are as a Los Angeles, LA-based Compton nigga that raps and raps well. So you gave us the bops, you gave us the cultural sound is where you from, but you also, like, it's not just all shallow. Like, then when I listen to Man at the Garden compared to like some of the stuff that he was saying in his previous albums, it's like, all right, so you went from a place of search and trying to figure this shit out to where like, no, I've arrived and I know that I deserve it all. So for me, GNX is his best album, or it's better than Damn because everything that came before that brought us to GNX. And it's just like a continual elevation of his craft and just him getting comfortable and finding himself.
Yeah.
So it's no more trying to exploration and trying to like, I'm thinking this and that. It's like, nah, you know what? I went into my tried to be my heavily religious bag and all that good stuff. And it's like, hold on. And then I just learned a lot about life, and now I'm in a really comfortable space. So, so I think, and I'll say this, I think his next album will be better than everything shit that he don't put out so far.
Yeah. Yeah, when I first heard GNX, I thought this was like basically this was, to me, it always felt like something that he always had in his back pocket because he went full West Coast this time. You know, he went full West Coast this time. Only 2 other songs that I can really think about that he had that sounded like West Coast tracks was on To Pimp a Butterfly with King Kunta. You know, to me, that is fully West Coast. That's a fully West Coast sounding track made for, you know, his people regionally. And I thought that Rich Spirit had the West Coast bounce as well. other than that, I didn't hear that much from him, you know? So I felt like this was a time for him to just tap back into the things that he liked. This time he made
That's
music.
why I feel like it's the truest
Yeah.
version of itself, because it's like you're not searching for anything outside yourself. It's like, you know what? You are making the sound that you grew up on and that you actually love, compared to trying to experiment with different shit, different thoughts, different whatever. It's like, hey, this on my journey of self-discovery, trying to find myself, I experiment with this, that, and the other. But really, I've been this West Coast LA nigga this whole time.
Yeah. Even and then I would say, like, in Damn is a period of time where shit was fucked up. You know, that's George Floyd era. That's, you know, Donald Trump's first administration. So he gave social commentary to the people in a way that they could enjoy as well. Like, you didn't have to listen to Damn and be like, what this nigga talking about. You could bob your head and really hear like some shit that he really had to say about the world and what was going on out here. So I feel like it was mostly created from a standpoint of social commentary and giving you songs that, you know, you really like to listen to as well. GNX, not much social commentary, really. This is, like I said, I think this might have been like our second episode ever. It's the most fun I ever heard Kendrick Lamar have on any album. Everything else has been like super serious. You know, Good Kid, Mad City, that is a movie about a kid growing up in Compton trying to have good grades and shit, but it just no way to do that shit, you know?
Yeah. And everything you said now is like, it just, because when you look at like any type of behind the scene clip of Kendrick and all that good stuff, nigga seem like he a lot of fun. Like he like to have fun.
Yeah.
So that's why I say GNX is probably his most true album.
Yeah. Now I would say, true album. I got you there. I would say only thing that probably can compare to his most true album other than GNX probably would be Good Kid, Mad City, because it's like I believe that story. You know, like that the whole shit he just put down right there, telling that story. I believe that shit.
And then that's like it's an album that's early in your career.
Yeah.
So like that's before the Good Kid, Mad City, you know, propelled you to a place to where like, okay, you're gonna make a Damn or something like that, you know? And like that, it's kind of like, all right, I'll use Drake for an example. Like I say Take Care is his best album because that was probably the last time he got to be the most authentic version of himself before he just really took off. Because it's like you still got somebody that's like, okay, I haven't made it yet, but I think I'm finna be that nigga type shit. And then after that, it's like everything else just, nothing was the same.
Nothing was the same after that. Like nothing was the same. He was never even able to feel as human as he ever felt on Take Care. He never been that human no more.
So like, and that's, to me, that's big kudos to Kendrick because, and of course, they got completely different. He from Toronto, one from Compton, one 6 foot something, one 5 foot something. And then they just grew up completely different lives, different situations or whatever. And so with Kendrick, and then one of them seemed like they grew up kind of, from what you can kind of hear from their lyrics, like religion was strong in their family, their upbringing. And Kendrick, as far as what he talked about with his uncles and whoever else and blah, blah, blah. Then like I said, you get to a point to where like, okay, you start trying to figure out and find out for yourself and you strip that shit off and it's like, nah, this is who I am.
Yeah.
Like GNX is Kendrick's This Who I Am album for me, for real.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that because Damn is not a This Who I Am. He tapped into on the one song, Fear, he tapped into the This Is Who I Am, but he just kind of went through like 7 years old.
Yep.
What made me scared. 17, what made me scared.
Yep.
27, what made me scared.
Yep.
And that's what stopped right there. That was mostly the only song that really talked about him as a person.
Yeah. And then like I was telling you earlier, I said I was listening to something earlier that made me feel like, you know, with I felt like strengthened where I was coming from, and it was just listening to Mr. Morale. Because when you listen to everything up until then, and then the therapy session that is Mr. Morale, it's like, okay, you stripped all that shit off.
Okay.
And now what you're going into or what you're leading into is like who you feel like you might truly be.
Yeah. One of my favorite things about Damn, and this
Like
shit
sure still out there, huh?
Yeah, gotta make sure.
Thought you heard something?
One of my favorite things about Damn, it actually happened afterwards. You know, my cousin Carl Doug Worth say, "Know your worth," and you know that's him getting into his Black Israelite shit for real. And you know the album is named Damn, and he shouting out like he is telling us what is going on in America at the time that I'm making this album. And I'm talking to my cousin Carl, and he telling me, know your worth and shit. He put his cousin Carl on the album talking and shit.
Yeah.
Cousin Carl turned around and sued his ass. Because he felt like he didn't get compensated right. That's a damn moment.
And that's crazy. And niggas ain't heard from Cousin Carl since. No. And Ken just had to wake the fuck up. He's like, hold on, wait the fucking minute.
Then on Rich Spirit, you know, my cousin tried to sue me like he got the privilege, you know. Like that's a damn moment. Like I feel like he was on some shit as far as telling us like.
Hold on, Mario. We've done enough.
All right.
How do you? Well, I can't. This nigga only listen to shit. How do you? Where you stand on that, Rod?
The best of the two. I feel both of you guys' arguments. Damn. Kind of seemed a little more commercial to me, because you know he had a lot of features on there. Well, not a lot, but he had the Rihanna feature. He had the
Zakari, U2,
and what's buddy Drake and shit. But Drake was on there too, right?
Yeah,
Justice. What was that on?
It's a good kid. All right, school. Now we got it from here.
but yeah, no, it's just and yeah, GNX is just like, I'm giving you where I'm from. Like, you know, let me show you, because it came off of the problem with old boy. Yeah. So let me show you how we get down over here. And so let me give you my sound.
And y'all think y'all know what? Y'all know the beef?
Y'all know what? He was making it already. Because it's like, so it just happened to be a buzzsaw. Because before the beef started, if you go to his, remember, we looked at the JoJo Ruski IG.
Yeah, that's true.
He already had a picture before the beef started. I think even before Like That came out, was a picture of a Grand National. He had been working on this. So it's like, you just ran into a buzzsaw, cuz.
Like, not like us probably was supposed to go on GNX, honestly.
Maybe.
If that's the case. Probably. It fits anyway.
Probably,
it would fit on there.
Yeah, and then it was a better album though.
And then even with the we just nigga don't know. But anyway, even with what was recorded beef wise, like when I listened to Euphoria the other day, and it's like, dog, it's like he
better. he better. Nah, I do agree with that.
Yeah, it's like, dog, you like most rappers, they don't get better as they keep going.
Yeah.
And he wanted a few, but it's because he truly found who he is, though. He ain't pretending to be nothing that he not. And like I said earlier, like he was always in search of something from what I hear on other albums. That's why you can get the Cousin Carl trying to preach to you about this, but then later on showing you who he really is. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you can have them praying with the older lady on Good Kid, Mad City and whatever. Then you get to Mr. Morale, and it's like, hey, I went to therapy, and I seek some type of alternative routes as far as doing past life regression to really know my soul at a deeper level. It's like, dog, you went through, much like anybody that goes through some type of, I guess I feel it so much because I've been through my own spiritual journey and still going through the course because it's a lifelong journey or whatever. And like, just knowing how, like, you know, I was, Corn sent me a picture the other day, I think it's from like my old LinkedIn or something like that. but it was from a particular period in my life when I was heavily involved in church and all that good stuff. So I went through all the phases from trying to hang out with my partners in the streets, running around, to quote unquote being saved and all that good stuff, to like finding out like, oh, this shit that they try to make this Christianity out to be ain't really what that shit's supposed to be. And so then just kind of fumbling around trying to find my way, and then get into a comfortable place of where I'm at now, to where I understand, like, you know, just really being comfortable in the man that I am. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
you know.
No, I feel that. I feel that how that resonates with you as far as GNX and it does
And understanding
feel,
his journey.
Yeah, it, like I say, and it does, like, that was the first thing I said about that album is it, like, I always knew that Kendrick Lamar was funny, you know what I'm saying? You know, I always knew he said a lot of funny shit, you know, and I always knew that he could make a hit whenever he wanted to. He could make a hit if he wanted to, but that was never a thing for him as far as trying to make hits, you know?
Right.
So it, like, everything to
It's the
me,
art.
everything to me before GNX was very conceptual. GNX was that shit like, nah, okay, this is me, this is where I'm from, this is how we like our music to sound. And you know, you can like it or you might not, but I ain't got a whole lot of shit as far as social commentary to talk about with you. This the first time he came through and made us like just bob our heads and have a good time, and I definitely appreciate that.
Yeah. I gave y'all social commentary before with a lot of shit that I did, but now this one is about me and having a good time, but also like, cause socially, what's going on out there? Like, ain't no tracks out there. It's like, well, like, I enjoyed the Heart Part 6 as far as you talking about what it was like being on TDE, the rise, the quote unquote, I guess the fall of why you wanted to go your separate way.
Yeah.
That Dodger Blue is just,
That's beautiful. I love that.
the Gloria, how you talk about your pen.
Yeah.
But like, so it's more so like you got back to your roots about just everything that made you who you are, you got back to on GNX. Yeah. So that's where I go back to all I ever wanted was a black Grand National. Like, you got back to just your basic urges and what you appreciate.
Your first thought, like the first thing you ever really wanted to do this shit for. You know what I'm saying? Like all I ever wanted to do was be that nigga that come down clean, man. That's it.
And I appreciate that because he made a damn good album.
He did. And it's one of them ones that's like my family reunion coming up this weekend. 3-4 of them songs we gonna listen to. You know what I'm saying? The kids will be requesting some Kendrick Lamar this weekend. So that's crazy to me as well.
That's what's up.
Because it ain't always been like that either.
Facts.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Father Time is a really good ass song with Mr. Morale, but anyway.
Yeah, I love that song. I do love that song.
But anyway.
Yeah, and I grew up with my pops, and he wasn't like that, but just, you know, listening to some of the shit he's saying is like, like, damn, that's crazy.
Hey, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is a really good album if you ever decide to grow up.
Yeah.
I already heard it, my brother.
When he say shit on my mind and it's heavy.
I used to be an actual Kendrick fan and used to buy his merch and
Used
listen to his music.
Used to be?
Yeah, because I haven't tuned in to some of his newer albums, like the one y'all talking about right now. I didn't really take a liking into it as much.
Why not?
As y'all did. It just wasn't my type of album.
Why
that
not?
newest one, GNX, or
Yeah, it was like y'all said, it was more so like a West Coast vibe. That's just not my vibe of music.
Yeah.
What type of vibe did he have before?
It was a nice album.
What type of vibe did he have before?
More like a serious, like a teaching moment type of vibe. Like you could actually learn something from listening to the album.
Like what? What'd you learn? Because you're not really a great learner.
Bro, I'm smarter than you, bro.
No,
I hate to have to tell the people that.
It's like whenever you listen back to this, or whoever listens to this, like they're gonna obviously be able to tell that I'm way smarter than you.
Nah, they're gonna be like, damn, this nigga Quan over there falling asleep. He need to get the fuck up. What is he doing? That's probably what they're gonna say.
They're gonna be like, we need a more engaging.
In my defense, hey, I'm off like 2 hours of sleep. So my bad to everybody.
And today was your only off day, right?
Yeah.
Well, how you off? Never mind. I don't want to know.
He
I don't want to know.
He off for 2 hours of sleep in the honey pack.
Nah, that honey pack will probably have me lit right now. I need one of them motherfuckers.
And now you don't need to be on one around us, brother.
Hey,
What else we got?
y'all ain't never sat next to some rocks?
Boy, you good?
That nigga stupid.
It
It took me a while to
nigga.
catch that boy.
This is a sick Negro.
Yeah, boy.
No, I'm good. Anybody
But
else?
all
got-
jokes aside, though, DNA was better though, man. Just to add to the argument that y'all had, Phil and let me get my shit off.
Like,
But I feel like DNA was definitely better.
Or
DNA?
Not DNA is a song off of Damn. You mean Damn?
Yeah,
is
I'm talking
better.
about down.
Yeah.
That's the one where if I gotta slap a pussy nigga,
Yeah,
I'm gonna make it look sexy. Yeah, like ain't nothing beating
Element.
that. Nothing beating
Yeah.
that.
All right, fellas, we did another one. We did it again. You know what time it is. We get to the part of final thoughts.
I can go.
Yeah,
and
go ahead.
Do my final thought. My final thought is something I didn't mention when we talked about the BET Awards. I did have a question about the whole Castanet and is it Castanet?
It don't matter.
Okay, but the whole black people don't have culture. He said that shit before, and now he on the BET Awards.
He said black people don't have culture.
Yeah, he said black Americans don't have culture. And said that shit, but I'm pretty sure he know he was wrong about that shit
then he
by
showed
now.
up.
But I haven't, he said it in public. I haven't seen nobody tell him he was wrong in public. But they put him on BET Awards where black culture is represented. So maybe that's good for him, but
You know what time it is, man. And that's why I told you earlier, maybe it's because the eyes he put on the
Yeah.
award show, but that's your final.
forgive your sins. Yeah, that was my final thought.
Okay.
So
Rich
don't
home?
be asleep.
Oh, my bad, bro. You finished?
Yeah.
Rich on me?
Hey man, get at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep a day. It's my final thoughts. It's good for you. It's healthy for you.
Right on.
Hey man, free the genius. And for you people still out here supporting the bigotry that's going on, the damn near mirror for mirror Nazism or on the verge of Nazism, fascism that's going on, like y'all gotta cut that shit out. Like if you Republican, conservative, be that, but not with this one.
Yeah.
Stick up for your fellow human.
Respect. Doubling down again, it's Men's Health Month, Mental Health Month, and it's Father's Day weekend. Fellas, take time for yourself. Get you 15, 30 minutes a day of just quiet time, a time to relax, get your inner peace going. You're only gonna be here one time. Share love, give love. As always, it's the good homies. We out.